Court. Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Honorable Marvin Coop Show. I'm the host, Chef Marv. No lie, I'm that guy. So, welcome in, take notes, grab a pen. And I got a wonderful cast here today. This is the NFL predictions, y'all, for the 2025-26 NFL season. So, as y'all know, my guy, not these, because again, me and my man, Mr. Raider Ragu, is in the building, one of the Raider greats, the Raider,
Idea.
the Raider
Idea.
Ragu Network, y'all.
Let's go.
Round of
Let's go. I'm ready.
applause. I
I'm
got
ready.
I got my man right here. I don't know why he has that depressing pick, but this is how he feels, and I'm not gonna say nothing to him. The brilliant sports mind, Mr. J. Will the third, is in the house, y'all.
Another year of Colts football. Woo.
And all the way from Australia. So it is Saturday for him, y'all. I've seen this guy. Yes, sir. Listen, I've been following this guy actually for a year now, and I've been watching his videos. I've been wanting to collab with him, and I was like, why not today? So I shoot him a message. He decided to pull up, and I'm so happy he did. I finally found a Miami Dolphin fan, so my list is complete. Mr. Adrian's Fins Down from Under is in the building, y'all. Welcome to the show, brother.
Hi, guys. Thank you. Thank you for the invite.
Hey, we appreciate you joining us. We hope you have fun today and you will be a regular on this show, brother. So, once again,
I'm looking forward to it.
yes, sir.
Let's go.
Once again, like I said, y'all, it's Saturday for him and it's still Friday night for us. So, we about to rock out. So, thank him for pulling
Crazy.
up, man. So, he knows what's going to happen before we know it. So, hey, yeah, he's the future. He's the future. Hey, Adrian, can you give me some lottery numbers? You got some lottery numbers?
Oh, I wish.
All right, y'all. So this is our prediction episode. What division should we start off with, y'all? I have a lot of notes on every team, so I ain't gonna lie to you. So
I'm the same way, so I don't care either.
Adrian,
Let's go division.
Division. Adrian, you want to pick the division? You the first timer on this show. You want to pick a division we start off with?
Let's start off with the my. It's all right if we start off with my division, the AFC East.
Let's do it. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Hey, he going straight for the gun, y'all. I like that. So, all
I
right,
like
so
that. I like that. Yeah.
the AFC East. So, is this it, Adrian? Are we starting off with the Dolphins?
Yeah, well, I think
Here we go.
I hate to say it, but I think the Buffalo Bills are going to win the division again. I think it's going to be their sixth year in a row winning the AFC East. So I think they're going to go plus 12 wins.
Good. Have some confidence. Have some confidence.
Some hope, yeah.
Have some hope, man. So wait. So what do you feel like the Dolphins' record is going to be? Like, what do you feel like y'all record's going to be?
I think the Dolphins, if Tua stays healthy, fingers crossed, I think we're going to go.
That's one of the biggest ifs in the league.
That is.
By the way.
It is, bro. Oh, my God.
If he can stay healthy, which is a major doubt,
yeah,
I think we go 9-8 and just miss the playoffs.
Damn, that's what I got on that.
9-8.
Yeah, I think the magic number to get in the playoffs this season is going to be 10. I think we just fall short,
especially with the AFC. Yeah. 9-8. Jay Will, what
but
you
if
got?
Tua,
oh, come on, go ahead.
Sorry,
you good? You good?
Mm-hmm. If Tua gets hurt, 5 wins for us.
Ooh.
On me.
Yeah. Ooh, he said 5, y'all. Hey.
And he's not wrong.
You don't believe in Quinn? You don't believe in Quinn and Zach?
Oh, I'm not really a big fan of Zach, but Quinn Ewers, I think hopefully he's a backup quarterback.
That's crazy.
But
oh, my man Zach gets no love in this league.
Yeah, haven't really been impressed with Zach Wilson in the preseason so far.
Yeah,
he hangs on the ball too much.
And you familiar with him, yeah, because he been on the Jets all the year. Y'all play
Yeah,
twice a year. I get what you're saying, Adrian. So you saying 9-8.
yeah,
Uh, Jay Will, what you got the Dolphins? I'm interested to hear this.
Uh, I will say to start off, it's unfortunate that they do have to lose week one to a Daniel Jones led Indianapolis Colts. I feel bad for them. So they start off 0-1 there. But
Oh,
this Dolphins team, this Dolphins team it's an interesting one because once again, it's another year where it's kind of just relies on how healthy Tua can be. But I also
yeah,
feel like that's kind of been the same question for the past 2 to 3 years when it comes to the Dolphins. And
Mhm.
me
what the
personally,
question is gonna be?
I
Yeah,
just can't trust Tua. I think
yeah,
he's a
yeah,
good. I think for the most part, I feel like he gets a little bit hated on a little bit too much because when he
yeah.
does, like he has shown that he can be a solid quarterback in the NFL.
yeah,
But with that being said, because even right now, like the Dolphins seem to have a little chemistry issues ever since the Tyreek Hill situation, and it has
yeah,
kind of shown in like post and like press conferences when players was talking about the matter. I just don't know where their heads at right now. So right now, I'm kind of leaning towards more of like a 7-10, 8-9 feeling with them just,
yeah,
completely missing the playoffs.
yeah. Yeah, that's fair enough.
I don't
Yeah, like
think
like middle of the table, middle of the table. Yeah,
I don't think they'll be like bottom of the barrel bad. I just don't. I just think they'll be slightly under average, if that kind
yeah,
of makes sense.
So
Slightly under average.
I
Yeah.
will go ahead and go if you don't mind.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Uh, so Jay Will,
Hmm.
that's gonna be the question. Jay Will, until he, I'm sorry to say, bro, until he hangs it up. Um,
Yeah.
every year we gonna come into this thing like, man, is this the year the boy gonna get, uh, you know,
Yeah.
perhaps unalived out there?
Oh, yeah. That's
Like
crazy.
every year we're thinking this. I know on our shows, right? On
Yeah.
this one, on All Grind, on my show,
We always
that's
say,
what we're kind of all waiting for. Like, is this kid gonna get hit and just not get up one day?
yeah,
yeah.
Instead of just hanging it up and the Dolphins moving on.
yeah,
As long as this guy is the QB, and don't get me wrong, Q Coop, I feel you too because yeah, people hate on him because of the injury history, but when he's on, he's on. He's one of
Oh,
the better
man.
yeah,
quarterbacks in the league. Uh,
Yeah.
but with all that said, it's just too much uncertainty and it's just too many times that you know what I mean? Too many repetitions of plays where he
Yeah.
has the opportunity to get hurt, bro.
Exactly.
And I just don't think I'm betting against him not getting through a whole season without getting dinged up. So, but I'm still, with all that said, Miami is talented enough and well coached enough to come in at 9-8.
9-8.
Yeah.
Uh, my man Adrian, at one point I had y'all on a boycott. I wasn't watching it because I'm not about to see this boy lose his life. And I felt like they didn't protect him in 2022 when he had that first one and then back
yeah,
to back concussions. I don't like that. As a
yeah,
person who played the game, me and Ragu, we both played the game. We talked about this. Got to do right by our players here, especially your franchise quarterback.
yeah,
But here's the thing, too. The Dolphins do face some major question
Just the
marks.
man, just the kid. You know
Yeah,
what I
just
mean?
the kid, protect them. And then the people, maybe even the people around them kind of need to get involved.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
There's some, but here's the thing, right, Gu? I have heard, and we talked about this years ago. His wife came out and said some stuff like, "Hey, maybe y'all need to cut him or release him to protect the players."
Oh,
yeah,
see, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either, and that's interesting
That's the
because
only thing that would stop it.
yeah. So, like I said before, once he's on the field, that man is untouchable. But
He's one of
like I
the
said
better.
before, they face some question marks. The offensive line is still shaky. The
terrible.
defensive backfield is like crazy, and we don't even know if Tyreek is going to be on the roster by the
Yeah,
deadline, or this drama he got going on. Between him two saying, "Oh, he got to earn my trust. Oh, he got to earn my trust." No, go out there and do your job, man. We pay y'all millions of dollars, man, not to lose. This team is way too talented, too fast.
Both of them make a lot of money.
Don't they though, Ragu? That's what I'm saying. They make too much money to be talking this nonsense to each other, man. And at
that's
one
on the
point,
real. And I don't even be talking about motherfuckers' money, but
exactly.
come
You know
on,
me and you, we don't talk about nobody's money, but it's just the fact that get it together, man. And I hate to say this, man. I don't know if this is true or not. You correct me if I'm wrong, Adrian.
Yeah.
McDaniel's job is on the line this year.
He's on the hot seat, 100%.
He is on the hot seat, y'all. So I don't know what they're gonna do for him. So I hope they can get this 9-win season. So let me ask you a question, Adrian. If y'all get 9 or 10 wins, is his job still safe, or we just gonna be like, nah, we're gonna go in a different direction? What do you feel like?
My opinion is I think he has to make the playoffs and win one playoff game to keep his job.
That's fair. That's fair.
Because we haven't won a playoff game for nearly a quarter of a century.
So Adrian, fill me in. He hasn't won any playoff games since I know you guys went to the playoffs, but he did. You guys haven't won since he's been the coach, right?
Yeah.
He lost two. We lost one 2022 with Skylar Thompson against Buffalo.
Yeah, I remember that. Yes, I remember that one.
Yeah, and we almost knocked them in Buffalo. And then we lost a couple. Not last season, the season before, we lost to the Chiefs.
23 was real cold. I remember that.
Yeah. We got destroyed by Mahomes in the freezing cold. Yeah.
Well, you guys need to play at home, and then with Buffalo winning the division, that makes that tough.
We not gonna do that, Sir Ragu. No. This is football, man. The year of the cold. No, there's no excuse.
Don't get that cold in South Florida, though, bro.
I get it.
You can't even really hold it against them. Really,
I get it. But
I agree because in the early part of the season, they get them hot games. They make the Raiders wear black jerseys when we come down there.
Which is crazy. It's crazy.
I get it. It all flips around in the playoffs. They got to go where it's cold. They have. I mean, it is what it is.
And,
That's true.
And Dolphins with under Mike McDaniel, like we beat up all their crappy teams, but the playoff teams and the good teams, we always struggle.
Yeah.
We can never get the job done against the good teams, NFL teams. That's really frustrating for me.
Yeah, we said that years ago too.
Miami is one of those teams that could beat any team and lose to any team. I agree with that.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
They one of them they beat the teams they're not supposed to.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. But they got to do something, man. I feel like it's just too much speed talent on that team. And I'm not going to lie, on defense, there is some hitters, man. I like Chop. Me and Ragu did a show about Chop.
Mm-hmm.
I like Bradley Chubb. I think Fitzpatrick can do good there. He could probably be a good team leader like he was with us.
I hope Jalen Phillips is fully recovered from the Achilles.
Jalen Phillips, yes.
I mean, I got guys over there that I like, for real.
Yeah, it's some good hitters on Miami, man.
We got some good pass rushers, but it's really our back end, our cornerbacks that we haven't got a lot of.
I feel you.
I wish we would have met you sooner, Adrian. Maybe you could have gave me a heads up on your boy Christian Wilkins and shit, kissing my mom.
Oh, yeah. What happened with him?
Man, I really don't want to talk about it, bro. Maybe another time.
Okay, fair enough.
I brought it up, but I really, another time, Adrian, we'll get into that, man.
Okay.
That's a whole nother show, Adrian. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Especially with on the Raider Ragu Network, man. That's a whole touchy subject. It's crazy, but all right. Listen, Dolphins.
It's touchy, all right.
So Dolphins, we all agree, probably like pause, but like a 9-8, so miss the playoffs type of deal.
Yeah. So
I think that's the first consensus. So it's all good though. We'll keep you on our prayers, Adrian, except for when you play us. I don't. It may be some bad blood when you play Pittsburgh, but it's all good.
That's gonna be interesting. Yeah,
that's gonna be real interesting.
That's games at Heinz Field, isn't it?
I thought it was with y'all. I can look again though, but I thought it was in Miami. But I'll look again. I can look again. All right, let's go to one of the rivals, the Bills. What the Bills doing, y'all? Who wants to go first?
I'll jump out there. So I heard Adrian. He said plus 12 wins.
Yeah.
I got them winning the division, but they over under is 11.5 wins for them. So
Yeah.
Adrian's got them going over. I got them going under that, but still winning the division at 11-6.
11-6.
Yeah.
That's a good number.
They had the line at 11.5.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
at
man.
11.5 right now. Full.
Huh.
Yeah, it's at 11.
And I don't offer a bunch of why and all that because they are who they are, bro. They're the team that went to the AFC Championship last year. They haven't lost anything. The quarterback won the MVP. He's back.
Yeah.
I mean, so there's no. I don't think a bunch of explanation is needed.
Yeah, he is my I did a draft today with one of my partners, and he is my quarterback, so I gotta somewhat Then looked on the schedule. Then looked on the schedule and see he got us 1 week, so that's gonna be upsetting for him.
And for you.
Nah, I know, bro. Wishful thinking, I know.
You gonna switch him out?
That's gonna be a major jinx. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Adrian, division rivals. What you said 12s?
Yeah,
How you feel?
plus
12?
Yeah, as long as Josh Allen's the quarterback of the Buffalo Bills, he'll own. I hate to say it, he'll own the Dolphins in the AFC East. As long as he's playing, they've won it 5 years in a row, and he's just a beast of a quarterback. Yeah, he's just
he's pretty much the new Tom Brady. There.
Yeah, he's taking control of the division, and he's like, I hate to admit it, but he's really good.
He is. I got a different team, but go ahead, Jay Will.
This may be a hot take, honestly, because I was kind of surprised, Reggie, that you said that line was 11.5. That kind of threw me off for a second. I'll go as far as to say that the Bills will have the best record in the AFC this year. So, and I'm thinking more so along the lines of like a 13, 14 win season. And the only reason why I feel this way is because looking at their schedule, that schedule, they should be able to rack up a good number of wins. They're playing the Eagles and they play KC, but outside of that schedule looks real light to me. So I think this team right here, I think they may be the best. I'm not gonna say the best team in the AFC, but I think they may have the best overall record in that conference because that schedule is that's one of those schedules where Josh Allen can stat pad again just so they can give him the MVP.
That's not a hot take at all. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's not a hot take at all. You can honestly sit here and say that you can see something like that happening. All the talks about him saying he didn't deserve the MVP. He could come in here and really shine.
Once again, Jay Will with a solid take.
Yes, sir.
Because in the North and in the West, those teams are going to beat each other up.
Facts.
So he's right. You know what I'm saying? These dudes going to be over there
chilling.
They're
going to be over there chilling.
I don't want to just say chilling, but
I'm sorry, man.
It's a guaranteed playoff spot.
It makes sense, even though I kind of want to beat them this year. Jay Will right. They got a chill schedule, man.
Yeah.
So, like I said, man, Josh Allen alone is likely enough to give Buffalo 10 plus wins each year. Like Adrian said, for the next couple of years, he locked down in that division. I think at least one of the Bills' young pass catchers breaks out this year. Me and Ragu talked about that to help the offense take it to another step. And I also, like I said, I feel like the defense is one of them underrated defense to where they have clutch moments to where they're going to be like, oh, man, they're not good, but they have clutch moments to win them the game or something like that. So I'm going to agree with y'all. I'm going to definitely say 12. I say 12 and 5. Hopefully we can get them. We owe them some get back. Hopefully one of them 5 losses is us. But I can honestly see them getting 12.
Yeah, and kind of like what Ragu said, I feel like the question with the Raiders isn't in the regular season, it's in the postseason. I think we all can acknowledge that, the Bills are a good regular season team. They usually are. It's just about what can they do in the postseason.
But
But
they
like
come against the brick wall, and they always a play away when they
Oh.
lose in the playoffs too, man.
That can't go away.
Or RPO, right, Ragu? RPO, right? RPO.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you just got to call a play and let
Yes.
the quarterback,
Yeah. And we talked
let
about
the MVP
McDermott.
be the MVP, bro. You feel me?
Thank you. Let him do what he
You
do.
need a play. Don't joystick him. Let him make a play, man.
Yeah. Like,
Let him put you guys in the Super Bowl. You feel me?
yes, indeed. And we talked about McDermott. Maybe it's
And I like McDermott. Don't get me
too.
wrong.
Me too. Me too, brother. Me too.
Yeah, I think
Go ahead, my
just
fault.
quickly on the Bills. I think if they get the number 1 seed, I think they'll definitely make this. They'll be favourite to make the Super Bowl because that stadium's really. I don't know what Orchard Park is it?
Orchard Park, yeah.
Yeah.
Orchard Park.
That's a real like intimidating stadium to go to.
It
Yeah, definitely tough place to play.
Hard for away teams.
But let me say this, and we can move on from the Bills.
yes, sir.
The Bills better be careful of being the Niners of the AFC.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Right? You don't want to keep getting to the mountaintop and not crossing over, bro, because pretty soon you only gonna be able to get 3/4 of the way up the mountain. You're not even gonna be able to get to the top no more. So
Yeah.
there's a window for everything, and other teams are pros. The coaches get paid and all that shit, just like y'all. So they're looking to climb and become where you guys are. So
That's the thing with the Bills too, like you said.
point.
Is the window gonna close, or are they gonna climb through it and do what they do? That's the real question with the Bills.
it only
Because
stays open so long.
even last year, I even said that they lost Diggs. He proved me wrong with these dudes. He made Keon Cole, Shakir. I'm like, I never heard of these guys. And then next thing you know, highlights come on. Oh, Shakir caught a touchdown. Coleman caught a touchdown. James Cook is this and that. I'm like, wow. I said everything in the book that they not gonna do this, they not gonna do that. I even gave them 9 wins. So Josh Allen proved me wrong.
He proved me wrong too. I
Yeah.
raised my hand on that.
Yeah, I admit that. I definitely admit that. And I thought we'll move on. I already said sorry for that, so I ain't gonna say nothing else. All right. The New York Jets, y'all. How we feeling about the Jets? This is another interesting one for me. So check this out, y'all. They have the Jets 5.5. What do y'all feel about that?
Well,
5.5.
You know they don't.
5.5.
I mean, that under's looking real tempting. Especially them having Justin Fields this year. I think by now, I think everybody knows what Justin Fields is about. I feel like there shouldn't be any more question marks being like, oh, this could be his breakout year. Or new team. I don't want to hear that. It's like what, year 5, year 6 for Justin Fields, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
He's been around, so we know what he's going to do. But
This
that
is year
Jets
5,
offense,
right?
Yeah, this 5.
but that Jets offense just looks really, really bad.
Yeah.
I just don't
They
have
do.
faith in that team to even move the ball down the field as much as they really want to. I think I was looking at like all the teams, and I think I had like the Jets as having like one of the second worst offense. I can't remember who I had first, but it's just they lack talent and the coaching on that side of the football. I'm just not with. So yeah, I'm gonna say Jets. I think they'll be around a 4-win team. I do think they'll probably snag a couple of wins in the division, but I really don't think this team. I think this team is getting right back into those mid 2010 days where they had Mark Sanchez and those type of quarterbacks.
So you see a butt fumble this year, huh?
See them playing like
Oh, man.
the only thing good I see about the Jets is somewhat defensively in the secondary, but other than that, it's to me just.
Okay.
That is pretty sobering of a take on them. And I try to be professional,
Mm-hmm.
but I am a big Justin Fields guy. Sometimes I might, sometimes I might get a little overzealous with with what type of player he is.
Yeah.
But I had the Jets winning 10 games, man.
Ooh.
Yeah.
He's
I'm
on
gonna
See.
back off of that. I'm gonna back off of that a little bit and go 9-8. But yeah, man, I got the Jets with the new program in there. I got the Jets as a kind of a sleeper team in the NFL. One of them teams you don't want to play.
Yeah.
Clip that.
So, I'm going to go 9-8, New York Jets.
I think you're probably gonna want to clip what I'm gonna say, but go ahead, Adrian. Go ahead.
The New York Jets, the poor Jets, they've struggled for a long time. I don't think they've made the playoffs since 2010, longest active streak. I think, is it Aaron Glenn, their coach?
Yeah.
Yes.
He's come from Detroit. I think defensively they're going to be really, really solid. But like you guys said, offensively, if they can't run the ball, I think they're going to struggle a lot. Especially Justin Fields passing. If they can run the ball and play solid defense, I can see them maybe 6 wins.
Oh man.
So we all kind of all across the board with the Jets.
We are.
Ragu, you know me. I'm an Aaron Glenn guy. I really feel like the Jets defense could be a huge bounce back this year, especially under Glenn. The passing offense might be the cap of the team ceiling. I do have a little faith in Fields because he is reuniting with 6 O-State players on offense. Couple linemen, Garrett, one of the tight ends over there as well. And people been sleeping on my man Brees, man. I feel like Brees is going to definitely have that good comeback year, pause. I feel like this offense could be top 15-ish. For real. I'm not going to lie to you. And I also agree with what Ragu said. I feel like this is a team that you don't want to go to the Jets and play them.
Right.
I definitely think he's going to have this defense on lock. So, hot take Marv is at it again. 10 wins for the Jets. 10-7. I see 10-7 for the Jets. I could be wrong. Y'all can clown me. I'll be ready for it.
No.
But
I had 10-7, bro, but I backed off of it.
I just feel like Justin could really. I feel like he's going to be one of them run if you have to deals because now he has a great receiver to throw to. I understand he had one last year. He didn't have chemistry with Pickens, though. Now you got your boy who you.
They pulled him and let Russ play,
which is crazy.
So
I think he's going
to turn into a better pick, right?
Exactly. So I feel like he's going to be out for revenge this year. I'm gonna show y'all why y'all gave up on me. I feel that's what I'm saying. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Adrian. What's up?
Sorry, Marvin. So you reckon the Jets make the playoffs or break their playoff drought?
Honestly, yeah, I can see them getting in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Possibly facing the Steelers, and we can get that first win. But hey, it's all good though, man. I feel like the Jets. I think the Jets can really sneak in there. It's crazy, but I think they can sneak in there, man.
All I'm gonna say is make sure we clip this because this is going to be one in a couple months. I'm gonna be looking at. So that's all I'm saying. 10 wins is crazy to me. I feel like at max I give you 8 at the max, but 10 wins is nah.
Well, I can't wait till we do the Colts, but okay. All right. All right, Adrian, last of the division. But here's the thing with the East, that's a cold division. It's cold as hell up there, except for Miami. It's cold in Foxborough, it's cold in the Jets, and it's definitely cold in Buffalo, man. Anything could really happen up there. If, like Ragu said, if you're one of them solid teams that could play in the cold, they're going to keep up with you. And y'all division really is one of them up and down divisions, pause. It's always like, okay, who's going to win this matchup? The Jets versus the Patriots. Oh, the Bills versus Miami. Who's going to win that? Ain't that how it is, Adrian? Tell the truth here now. Every time one of y'all play each other in the weekly schedule, it's always a toss-up. That's why I don't bet them games. especially in that rival division right there, it's always like, okay, who's gonna win? Patriots or the Bills? Patriots or the Dolphins? Patriots or the Jets? Y'all are really competitive against each other. So
Yeah.
that's 6 games right there that's up in the air for all of y'all. I'm just being
Yeah.
real. That's just me being honest there. It's like always like, damn, who's gonna win that game?
But
So
I agree with you. Besides the Buffalo Bills, which I think will obviously win the division,
mhm.
the Jets, Dolphins, and Patriots, they could all like split each other.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be
Split
in the walk in
record.
the park for that one. I'm sorry, that
No.
division right there is
Yeah.
it's probably another tough division for real to play in. But here we go with the Patriots, y'all. What y'all got for the Patriots?
I'll start. The Patriots, they got Mike Vrabel.
Right, bro.
I think that's a good head. I think he's a good head coach. Like he led the Titans to an AFC Championship game a few years ago with Ryan Tannehill,
Yes.
and he usually plays with usually has good defenses.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that even though the Patriots are in a sort of rebuild with Drake May, I think they're gonna be a hard team to play against
Yes.
this season. I think they're going to be very. I think their defensive side of the ball, I think they're pretty good, and Drake May, I think he's got potential to be a long time starter in the NFL. So I think the Patriots will have. I think they'll finish around same as the Jets, around 6-7 wins for me.
Yeah, I kind of feel like for the Patriots, I think this team has potential as well. My main thing with them this year, did you fix the O-line? Because last year, in Drake May's rookie season, he had some hits, and it kind of, it kind of made me uncomfortable because they just last year it was just bad last year. I'll just say that.
Well, that's what we
But
sent out the PSA to him to not be a hero on a bad team. Remember, we told him,
yeah, I remember that.
don't
Yeah.
do it. Don't
No,
do it, Drake
yeah,
May.
it's still
So I
free
think
Drake May. Free Drake May.
But
Go
but
ahead.
I think the talent is there. The wide receiver core for the Patriots. I know they got Stephon Diggs in the off season.
Yeah,
Um,
still hurt though.
I just it's a very young and just inexperienced wide receiver core. If Kyle Williams from Washington State can do something, maybe. But as of right now, I'm just not all in with that core right now. If Trevon Henderson, once again another rookie, their team right now to me is just potential. They're very very young, especially on the offensive end. But I still think this team could win around 7 games, and to me, that's a kind of a successful season because I feel like you're going to step in the right direction. Definitely
Yeah.
still kind of build on what they have, but I definitely see them kind of going trending upwards if they continue to make the right moves because I think they had an excellent off season.
So I'll jump in where Jay Will left off. They did have an good off season. They
Yeah.
hired a good ball coach, a homegrown guy, won Super Bowls there as a player. So he wants the best for the franchise. Coop, that was you just now that said, did they address the offensive line?
The way
That,
they will just say
they
that.
will say that.
Yeah.
Yes, they did.
Yes, they did.
With perhaps the best lineman in the draft. That was arguable, right?
Yes,
Some
yeah.
guys had Will Campbell as the absolute stud of the draft. So, yeah, they did do that. They're going to play tough defense, like Jay Will mentioned with Vrabel. But still very young. Still very young at some of the other positions and quarterback. So, with all that said, then they also got Travion Henderson, Ohio State, running back, run the football. So they're coming around on offense and defense. They don't have all of the players they need on defense, but they do have a superstar corner. They got the linebacker from us, Robert Spillane, who I know is a good player. So they're gonna be tough, man.
Yeah.
And then when it gets late in the year, it gets cold up there. If you're getting guys that ain't from cold areas coming in there and playing, you're gonna have an advantage. So I had them at 6-11, but I saw a little, Stephon Diggs, a little, he got a little something to prove too, right?
Yes, he does.
People
Yes.
kind of write him off. So, I want to go up to 8, but I'm gonna temper that. I'm gonna go 7-10 for the
17.
New England Patriots.
Once again, one of the best linemen in the draft. You also signed a great veteran lineman. So, yes, they did address the offensive line. In my opinion, New England had one of the best off seasons I've ever seen. So, in one off season, Mike Vrabel and his staff have done an incredible job turning this roster and laying the foundation for the future. So, the Patriots should do a lot better under Vrabel this year, especially, the year 2025. 9 wins feels like a little bit too much. I'm gonna go 8. They gonna definitely sneak some wins in there that they not supposed to. They gonna be like, oh man, they beat this team that they wasn't supposed to win against. So I could
Well, they're gonna
definitely
lose week 1. They're gonna lose week 1. I don't know what people think. I think if people think if they
Yeah,
should win or lose
I
or what,
feel
because
you.
they're
I
gonna lose.
feel you. I feel you, big dog. I definitely feel you. And to comment on that Robert Spillane comment, y'all stole him from us, so you're welcome for
Right.
that. Not just plans. But
But we
yeah,
both know he's a good player.
Robert Spillane is a great tackler, 100 plus tackles a year guy. So hopefully he could be a good leader like he was for the Ravens and what he did for the Steelers. So hopefully he could bring that to a Mike Vrabel defense. I feel like their defense could be solid. It's just going to be the fact, can the offense keep up? Like it's going to be one of them type of deals. So I'm going to give the Patriots 8. So the AFC East is done. We're going to go to the NFC East now. Who we going to start with that first? We got Cowboys, Eagles, Commanders, and those G-Men. So what team y'all want to start with first?
We can go ahead and knock out the Cowboys.
Yes,
Go ahead.
sir. Who wants to start with the Cowboys?
I'll start because I already go ahead and get them out the way.
Gotcha.
I will say this about the Cowboys, positive, wise.
Mhm.
I do think, we don't give Dak Prescott enough credit for how good he actually is. I think people forget a couple seasons ago, he was an MVP candidate. However,
Yeah.
you want to twist or turn it, he was, pause. He was an MVP candidate.
Yeah. Okay.
And they did address the offense a little bit. I'm still waiting to see how good how good that running game will be.
Okay.
Because it's kind of, it's definitely a work in progress.
Yeah.
That defense has to step up this year. I think that's the big question mark for the Cowboys is can that defense step up? We know
Right.
Michael Parsons, as of right now, we don't know what's going on with that situation. Do I think he'll get traded this year? I don't think so. It's just very, very hard to trade a player of his value somewhere else. And usually, like when things like this happen in general, guys usually end up re-signing back with the team, as we saw with Myles Garrett, just a couple months ago, saying that he wanted out of Cleveland, and now all of a sudden he's back in the Brown territory.
Yeah.
Um, this team, they,
That's the new way to negotiate.
you said what?
New way to negotiate. You just say, "Hey, yeah, I don't want to be here anymore." And, it's. I
It
don't
could,
think we can go on from here. And then they'd be like, "Okay, well, what if we give you this?" It's
Yes.
like, okay.
yeah.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
This is
Yes. This is tough.
Cowboys, this is a tough one because I feel like they could sneakingly be a good team, but I could also see just like ship selling sell, fast. I'm gonna give the Cowboys. I'm gonna give them the 9-8. I'm gonna just be, and I feel like that's kind of generous. You know what? No, I'm gonna say 8-9.
Oh.
Yeah, just because I just don't know with that defense yet. I
Mm.
like Sam Williams in that front seven. If Michael Parsons comes back and he actually plays, I don't know if he's going to hold out or not, but if he actually
Yeah.
plays, that's obviously a plus. It's just too many questions in that secondary. They let up a lot of yardage last year, so
Okay.
we'll see how that goes for them.
So Dallas does the other stuff, right? So this year they're gonna be on the coming up. So I'm gonna go 10-7 for the Cowpokes. Um, yeah, not really much to say about them. I don't know about. I know Brian's dad, Marty, well, and what he was about as a coach, but I don't really know what Brian Schottenheimer brings to the table as a head football coach. So I guess we'll see. And kind of in that way, it makes me want to take him back to 9-8 because of that unknown with Brian Schottenheimer. But I'm gonna say, just on the talent that they have there, 10-7. Kind of while, this is the last year of being able to kind of mess around because, we're going to get to the New York Giants. And when you hear what I got to say about them, you're going to know what I'm saying. So,
Gotcha.
Okay, yeah. 10-7, I'm going to keep that for the Hawks.
Gotcha. Mr. Adrian, what you got for the Cowboys?
Cowboys. I don't really know much about the Cowboys, but like I said, I've been hearing about past. If he leaves, that'll be a massive blow because he's their playmaker on defense.
Yeah.
But I don't know if Dak Prescott. I think he's a good quarterback, but I don't think he's elite.
Yeah.
So I think they're just a middle of the road team. I'm gonna go 6-7 wins for them.
Woo!
Because I think the Giants are gonna be better this season.
That division,
And the Redskins, not the Reds. Sorry, the Commanders and the Eagles are obviously good. So I think Cowboys might finish last in the division.
Oh, as I was explaining to Adrian before you got on this podcast, and as my man Ragu would always teach me to be professional, I do hate this team with a passion because I seen them beat my guys in '95 when I was 6 years old, who made me cry. Um, there's a 50% chance that I believe Dak is gone because I hear Green Bay is really pressuring to trade for him. So I'm not quite sure if that can happen.
Wow, that's a hot thing.
That is, I just feel like I've been hearing Green Bay really is like in the mix for him. So I don't know what Jones is gonna do. We all know what an idiot he is, but it would be easy enough to forecast a bad season for the Cowboys simply on the count of the Micah Parsons drama. He's that important to the success of the team. I definitely think he leads that defense, and I think they'll be lost without him. But with the addition of my man George Pickens, I know he's a drama guy, but I feel like he can clean up his act. And I feel like with another target besides CD Lamb and George Pickens, that is a good two-headed receiving monster over there. Javonte Williams could be a good back, but the line has to be situated. So I'm gonna just say this. I'm gonna give the Cowboys 9 wins, with that being said. I understand you said he's not an elite, but I just take it back to that game where they beat us and he had that good drive to win against Pittsburgh. And I've seen him do that like a couple times a year. So he could be elite when he wants to. He has laid the egg a few times on a few drives. I agree with you on that. But I'm gonna get the Cowboys 9. Just the simple fact if we don't even know if he can make it mid-season without getting traded, because we don't know what he gonna do. We don't know what he can say to Jerry. Jerry lies all the time. We all know that. He could say something about his mama or something that can get him up out of here. We don't know that. That's what I'm saying. We just don't know what can happen with this situation here. And this is so messy right now. Because every time you turn around on First Take or any of the ESPN shows, this is coming up bad.
Yeah.
You know, but I honestly don't think he's gonna hold on. I don't think he wants to miss $20 million this season. I don't think so. But hopefully, maybe he'll show and prove and hey, y'all need to resign me. So anything can happen with the Cowboys. So since Raider Ragu brought this up, we'll go to the G-Man. And I'm interested to see what my man has to say about the Giants here. So, what you got, Ragu?
I'll start off. Yeah. Simply, first I will say, with them drafting Abdul Carter,
Yes,
they now have one of the
best front
better
seven.
front seven in
Yes,
football.
yeah, that's crazy.
And then going on in the draft, they got a Scatterable who runs with some attitude, and to add on with the guy Tyrone Tracy that was had a pretty decent year last year. So they got a little help at the running back, right? And then we all know that they got Jackson Dart. So I think that's where it's all gonna lie at right there. Is Jackson Dart gonna end up taking control and taking over the ball club from Russ? But with all that said, this year might not be the year, and it looks like the ownership, right? They believe in the coach, Dayball, and perhaps he doesn't even have to win this year and still stick around. I think he has the confidence of them. So right now, this year, I had them 5-12. I'm gonna up that to 6-11.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of close losses, right?
Yeah. And
then the team where you're gonna be sore the next week after you played them because they're gonna get after people, man. So yeah, with the questions at QB, I'm gonna boost them up to 6 wins. New York Giants.
So I really like the Giants. First off, the ball,
I had them at 14.
The coach, the way he uses his quarterbacks to me, it's always been very, very interesting because he doesn't necessarily play in his own system. He tries to accommodate to however their quarterback plays. I saw that a lot with Jackson Dart because he kind of ran. It kind of felt like going out there. He kind of ran a similar offense to kind of what Lane Kiffin did at Ole Miss. Certain no huddle plays, little RPO, split screens, things of that nature. It kind of seemed like he was coaching as if Jackson Dart was still in college, and Jackson Dart, for the most part, this preseason looked great. I don't think, unless Russ gets hurt, I don't think you go away from Russell Wilson because, once again, he's never had a quarterback that could throw a deep ball, and Russ has shown that he's still a quarterback who can do that. So I think that offensively, I think they'll be solid, but it's also another team that they kind of just need a couple years to kind of really get it clicking. So I'm gonna agree with Ragu here. I'm gonna say 6-11. I really cannot wait to see Abdul Carter on Sundays because he's gonna be tough, man. He is a monster. That may have been the safest pick outside of Will Campbell in the draft, in my opinion.
Might be right about that.
Mr. Adrian, what you got?
I think
all of their picks. Sorry about that.
You're right. So. Would you say Russell Wilson is a bridge quarterback this season? You think Jackson Dart will eventually take over?
Yeah.
Starting quarterback position?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Well, I think, look, one thing I like about Russell Wilson is, like you guys said, he throws a good deep ball and he takes care of the football as well. But if the Giants have a strong defense, I can see him winning a few games. They'll be competitive in a lot of games, and like you said, I think they'll lose a lot of close games. I'm going to go 6-11. I agree with you guys. Yeah.
6-11 for all three of y'all?
Yep.
I think so. Yep. How about that?
Hell no. Listen, the Giants have some talent now. Malik Neighbors is one of the best receivers in this game, y'all. I don't know if people paid attention to him. Me and Ragu did shows on him earlier this year. Listen here. That defensive line, Thibodeau, Carter, and Mr. Dexter Lawrence?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
A lot to deal with. That's a
Listen
lot
here,
to deal
man.
with.
That defensive line is going to be a nightmare to block. They're going to pressure some QBs now. Not going to lie to you. But the rest of the roster is a work in progress. And the NFL didn't do him no favors by making it one of the hardest schedules. And that's going to make it extremely difficult to pick out some wins. But I'm going to do a hot take here. I got the Giants winning 8 games. 8-9. Once again, one of them teams, one of them games, they're not supposed to win. But the defense will make us a stop. Like, oh, the defense have done their job again. I can see that in a few of these games here. So I'm going to give the Giants 8. Like I said, Russell can definitely make Malik better. And if he does lose his job, you got Dart there. And Winston kind of knows how to use a number one receiver as well. Malik has talent, y'all. I'm sorry, Malik has talent, man. I'm not gonna give up on my guy like that. I think he's gonna have another 1,000-yard year, Pro Bowler, and don't be
Catch another
surprised.
100. Catch another 100.
Probably catch another 100 catch season this year, and don't be surprised if there's a highlight of him getting a touchdown win somewhere. So Malik is my guy, man. Shout out to your neighbors. I see the Giants getting 8, like you said, Jay Will, Ragu, and Adrian. It's some work in progress. I get it, to where they need to get back to that 10, 11 game win season like they used to be. But the defense reminds me so much of the Super Bowl year 2012. Like I said, if they can get the offense together, whew, they could be a dangerous team to play. This could be one of them teams. Hey, I don't want to play the Giants.
No, you ain't gonna want to play them.
Yeah, you ain't gonna want to play them. So I 8 wins. I see 8 wins. Commandos.
I'll go. So they traded the running back today.
Yes, they did.
And just got a pick back for him. And then I looked at their roster, and I'm sorry, and maybe Jay Will might know something that I don't or whatever, but I was like, who? I know who Austin Eckler is, obviously, but the other guys, bro, I was collectively a big who the hell are these guys?
Yeah.
You're relying on the run the football. So
Yeah.
I don't know what they're thinking. Like they make the big bucks, so they obviously have a plan, and the offensive coordinator, Cliff Kingsbury obviously knows what he's doing.
Yes.
But running the run game, I don't see it. Maybe it'll be something that comes forth after they start playing, and I'm like, oh, okay, all right, I see what you guys are doing. With all that said, though, I think they come back to earth a little bit, and still with a winning record, though. But I got the Commanders coming in at 9-8 this season.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, Ragu. And kind of just to piggyback what you said off like the running back core right now. I'm guessing they have really high faith in this rookie that they drafted, the Crosby Merritt kid, because I've also heard whispers of him being like a fantasy like sleeper running back. And to me, I don't really care for whispers like that because I got to see you play on the field to even make me think that. But I guess as of right now that they are so comfortable with him at running back that they kind of wanted to let the other guy go, even though I was still shocked that he was even up for grabs because I thought they would have kept him in general. But obviously, we know what Jaden Daniels is about. I do think the Washington or the Commanders, they kind of upped their O-line. I think we have to remember they got Laramie Tunsil on that line. So that's something I'll look kind of forward to seeing as how protected Jaden Daniels will be this year. I think he has weapons. I think this is going to be a 10-win team. I'm going to give them a 10-7. I think once again, I think for the Commanders, that's pretty solid. I don't know if they'll be as flashy as last year, but I think for overall, I think this Commander team will be really, really good, especially in that division. And honestly, thinking about it now, this division may be the best division in football this upcoming year because they got some hitters, I feel like.
Hey, Jay Will, so you made me think about something. Maybe Brian Robinson start chirping about getting paid or whatever, because he saw the writing on the wall in practice with this kid.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other thing is, with all of the running backs that we covered in the draft, I don't remember him. Where did he come from?
I don't either. Like, well, that's what I'm looking like. Where did he come? He just came out the blue.
Bro, it was like 20 backs we had on that list. Cool.
More than that. And I'm like, he was not on the list at all.
You talking about Robinson?
No, Merritt.
Oh,
no, Merritt. We did talk about him, Ragu. Yes, we did.
From where?
Yeah.
Where's he from?
Merritt is from. Oh, where the hell is he?
Was he from North Carolina State?
I thought
no,
Merritt.
He's from Arizona.
I think the only Arizona people we covered was T-Mac. Yeah, you're right.
T-Mac.
I think you're right.
Jonah Sabayanea, the guard.
No, I did.
Arizona.
I did do a sleeper episode. He was one of my sleepers, though. I do remember he was like that.
He got by me, and I'm interested to see him. But okay, that's all. You guys go ahead, man.
We talked about him on the draft episode too, Coop.
We did. I do remember that. He was one of my sleepers, like one of the ones that's a hidden gem. Yeah. Well, you can't watch it. Remember, the channel got deleted, so. Yeah, I know. That's heartbreaking. Adrian, what's up, brother? Washington.
I'm going to keep it short and sweet, guys, with the Commanders. I think they're going to go 10-7. They're just going to sneak into the playoffs, but I think Jane Daniels is going to have a bit of a down year. I don't know what you call it. Yeah. Like CJ Stroud from the Texans. Yeah.
Yeah, because I ain't gonna lie, when CJ's receivers start going down, I was like, oh Lord, they trying to set my guy up for some failure here. Okay, that like you said, short and simple. I feel you. I'm gonna probably keep mine short and simple too. So I'm fully aware that this could look pretty silly in hindsight. The Commanders were one win away from the Super Bowl, y'all, like we seen a year ago or earlier this year. And they are in rebuild. So they did a good job. Nobody expected them to go this far. But their schedule is more challenging this season, man. And I'm not quite sure, especially in that division, like Jay Will just said, it could be one of the best divisions, especially with the Giants beefing up their defense. Eagles defense not going nowhere, which we'll probably talk about them next. But I'm not quite sure they did enough to bolster their defense a little bit. The Commander side. Debo, Ragu, you know how I feel about Debo. I have no damn faith in Debo. Scary Terry, they better pay that man. If you relying on Debo to be the number one, you have to pay this man. So please, pay Scary Terry and don't rely on this injury-prone has-been. I know that may be a hot take, and I don't care. One 1,400-yard don't make you him. And people keep saying, oh, he had 1,400 yards. But what other good seasons did he have after that? I'm sick of the Debo talks. Stop boosting this guy up like he's him. He's not even an impact player on Madden no more, so get out of here. Stop it with this Debo talk, y'all. Cut it out. Stop it. So with that being said, I'm sorry, Jay Will. Ragu, it may come down a little bit, bro.
I got him coming back to earth a little bit, bro.
I got him going 9. Jaden, my guy, but I don't see this injury-prone guy being healthiest either for you. I don't. So you better. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I didn't mean to cut you off.
You good?
I feel like you have to swallow your pride and go ahead and get McLaurin back. This is the first time having a stable team in a while. If you're the Commanders, because it's always been you're either really really bad or you have a season where you look promising and then it falls off the table. There's no way you have a kid like Jaden Daniels for the first time in your franchise's in a good bit that you finally have a quarterback and then you sit here and not re-sign his best wide receiver from the previous season. You kind of have to go and get.
Yes, thank you.
And you know what, Jay Will? I started to say, man, I don't know why teams do that, but you know why they do it, bro. It's greed. It's greed. They want to lowball him coming into the next deal. You know what I'm saying? And it's why would you even mess with the mental of your star quarterback's number one receiver. Why would you even mess around with him and make him? You know what I'm saying? I just sometimes, the business part of it don't be worth the personal side, bro. Just pay the dude, man, and let's get him out at football practice where he can continue to work with his guy. But anyway, yeah.
Goofy asses, man. If you're depending on Noah Brown and Debo, like I've been saying, good luck.
Debo played in what? Debo is like the Jair Alexander of wide receivers.
When the last time Debo had a full season?
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm not gonna start none because I know how sensitive people are with the
And I don't
Debo
want fans
shit.
to see this and be mad at us talking about Debo.
Yeah,
But, man,
I don't got
Yeah.
time for the text messages. Why you guys throwing shots at us? Who
yeah,
cares?
yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, we'll move on. I'll move on. Hands up, don't shoot. Hands up, don't shoot. We all know. We all
For
know
real.
the this probably could be the division winner, y'all. The Philadelphia
Yeah.
Eagles. What's up, y'all? Talk to me. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it short and simple with the Eagles, man. They look dangerous. I'm not gonna lie
Yeah.
to you, man. But even though they didn't reach peak form until like the later stages of the Super Bowl run, they still won 14 games. They still hard to really go in there and really win. But like I said, regular season, I'm not worried about them. This is a young roster. They did good in the draft. They have players they can really rotate, call from the practice squad, this and that. They 53-man roster is going to be very interesting. So with that being said, man, listen here. I got the Eagles winning 13. One game off of last year. Because they're going to lose with that one game they're not supposed to lose. Maybe one or two.
Yeah. I'll go next.
Yes,
I don't
sir.
really see them playing real hard early.
No.
So,
Yeah.
Paul, so by the time they hit their stride, they may have lost 2 or 3 games.
Yeah.
End up losing, like you said, Coop around a total of 4. But
Yeah.
I'm not gonna spend a lot of time, bro.
Me neither.
I'm gonna come at a different angle. Let's talk about how close Nick Sirianni is to being a Hall of Fame coach already. Right? He is a swing pass away from being a 2-time Super Bowl winning head coach.
Yes.
So just shout out to my man Nick.
Yes.
And what is simply the best defensive line in football. That stings a bit because if you guys know me and mess with the channel, Coop knows me, Jay Will knows me. I wish the Raiders would have drafted Jalen Carter 7th overall instead of Tyree Wilson. The Giants got him right after that at 9, I think it was. But anyway, you can tell it stings because I'm still talking about that shit 2 years back. 3 years later. 3 years later, I'm still talking about that.
Yeah, it still hurts.
But yeah, I'm not gonna spend a lot of time, man. 13-4, like who?
Yeah.
Once again, kind of like what you said, right? I'm not going to spend just a lot of time on this. We know how good the Eagles are. And I kind of like what you said, too, because the Eagles are going to be one of those teams who, again, kind of similar to last year, I think they're going to lose a couple games where they have no business losing to. I do think that they're going to, I'm not going to necessarily say struggle, but they are going to come off as a little bit lazy on certain games and kind of get a little bit of struggle type wins. But all in all, we know what this team is about. Saquon Barkley is a beast, the best running back currently in the NFL. Argue with somebody else if you don't believe me, because I'm not going to even argue that statement right now. Just a lot of young talent. Jalen Hurts, really, really good quarterback. The wide receiver group. They just got who did they just trade for? John Mechie? Yeah. So they have depth at wide receiver. I know Lane Johnson who got hurt.
No, the other lineman got hurt, but they say he might be good like in week 5 or something. So he gonna be straight.
So yeah, I mean, right now the Eagles have all the ingredients right now to win.
Oh, we got somebody else.
Yeah, they got, like I said, Jay Will, that draft was so good. Like, if y'all didn't pay attention to that draft, they have players they could really just rotate. They good. They good, man. Adrian, what you got for the Eagles? They good.
The Eagles they've got a good chance of becoming defending champions.
Yeah.
Super Bowl champions. I think their run game, they've got one of the best offensive lines in the NFL. And what do you call that? The tush? Is it a tush push?
Tush push, yep.
Yeah.
3rd and 1, 4th and 1. No team stopping that.
Yes.
Like, they're unstoppable. Short yardage situations, don't even bother. So
there you go.
Yeah, like their run game is probably the best scheme. They've probably got the best run game in the NFL. So I'm going to go 12 plus for the Eagles and winning the division.
Yeah.
I think that's 13 for everybody.
That's 13 for everybody. Another consensus, y'all. Hey, I just feel like Jay Will said it perfect. They just gonna have maybe 1 or 2 lazy games. We champions. This game ain't important. Like, if they playing the Jaguars, they don't got to be too serious. You know, hey, y'all, the starters, the starters are
They don't play a lot in preseason, so the first 2-3 weeks, that's preseason for them. You know
exactly. So they good, man. They straight. And this is another team that really can pick it up late season.
You play them early, you might be able to pop them. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. If I'm Nick, I treat the first couple weeks like it's preseason. Hey, y'all want to McCord?
Well, you know you can coach, and you know you got talent. You do that. You treat the first 4 weeks as
Ragu. What you always say, McCord? Get your young ass out there and tell me what you can do, boy. Go see if you can win the game for me. You know, I wouldn't be mad.
Let me see. Yeah, just in case. Just in case, man.
All right. AFC South.
Yeah, I saw you flying over there. I saw you flying.
Come on, Jay Will. Let's start with these Colts. What we doing? I know it ain't gonna be a lot of time, so that's why I picked the division.
First of all, I want to say this division is going to be really bad this year. Good Lord.
I'm glad you said it, so I didn't have to.
But you know, it's AFC South football. It's always usually the worst, you know. But talking about the Colts, you know, 3 quarterbacks. Crazy that the 3 quarterbacks are on my team are 3 quarterbacks that I do not like at all, especially with Riley Leonard, and you know why, Coop. We're just in such a weird spot. I feel like we're trying to just be okay. Like that seems like the goal. We're not trying to, you know, form a playoff type roster. Yeah. We're just trying to make do with what we got and try to do the best we can with it. Yeah. Whether that is 8-9, whether that is 9-8. And even then, you know, Anthony Richardson being benched, to me, that tells me that the developmental era of his is over. Because if you start somebody like Daniel Jones over him, that kind of tells me that, okay, y'all kind of just trying to save jobs at this point, kind of hoping that Daniel Jones can be the guy who can
at least get us fired.
Yeah, to not get y'all fired, basically, because they don't want to do another developmental year with AR. I do like what we kind of added to the secondary. We got Ward, and we did draft this one kid. I forgot his name, Justin Wally, but he's out for the season with a torn ACL. So, you know,
outside of him. I heard about that. Pray for him.
Outside of Ward, secondary looks questionable, and it kind of sucks because Wally was actually battling for cornerback 1 position. Mm-hmm. That's kind of pretty good. But all in all, offensive line is getting older. We lost a couple guys to free agency on that line. Quentin Nelson is really the only valuable piece we have on that line nowadays. We're probably going to be a heavy run team with Jonathan Taylor this year, just because, you know, kind of how it is. We're going to probably run him to the ground. Short and sweet, we're probably be a 5-win team this year. It's just nothing to be excited for in Indianapolis right now. And this last month has just kind of killed the season for me already for this team, for being honest with you.
I'll feel you. And let me jump in, Cole.
Yeah, go ahead.
The last 2 years we've done this show, one on the other channel, the other one on your channel.
Yes, sir.
Now we're here. I apologize to Jay Will for my indie take because he wasn't there. He wasn't on the camera with us at the time. This year he's on here and we have the same take. So I don't have to apologize this year. But I will say this though, Jay Will. I always get it wrong with you guys. And every time you look around, coming down the stretch, and they put that graphic up on the screen or in the studio about who's in the hunt and all that.
And the Colts is always in the mix somehow, some way.
Always right there, bro. You know, back when Minshew was on the Colts and the Raiders played against the Colts, I studied that game film a lot. And I really like what Shane Steichen does offensively, man. He marries up everything. It looks kind of like the same things coming at you, and it could be run or pass. He does a great job at that.
Yes, he does.
So that's going with Jonathan Taylor at the forefront of that. That's going to make some traction. You feel me? That's going to have some games where that shit is working. That's what I'm saying. So defensively, though, is where I'm like, right? You still got Gus Bradley? Is this facts?
Yeah.
So we know Gus is running the, cover 3 over.
Right? Oh, no, we have to no, we don't have Gus. We have the guy from Cincinnati. I forgot his name.
Pete something.
Yeah, I can't remember his name, but yeah.
That don't make it no better.
Yeah, because they haven't been great on defense, but they haven't really had any personnel, but neither do you guys outside of the tackling machine, Mr. Franklin on the inside. So I just wanted to say all that. And this year I ain't got to say sorry to my mans because I got him at 5-12.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Hey, Mr. Adrian, what's up?
Yeah, I think Jonathan Taylor's going to have a big year for the Colts if they want to be competitive and win a few games, like 1,500 yards or something. But if you stop the Colts running game, then their passing game isn't with Daniel Jones. No offense to Daniel Jones, and yeah, they got nothing in the passing game. So I see them going 4-13. Sorry.
Archman.
I think they're going to really struggle.
Colts. Hey. Ladies and gentlemen, here's your number 1 draft pick. No, I'm just Nah. Hey, at one point, the Colts didn't know who their starting quarterback was going to be. So now it's Daniel Jones. Does that sound like a team that you should count on to be a threat for the 500 mark? Kinda yes and kinda no, because once again, Jay Will, in December, when you see at halftime or during these games, in the hunt or right there, you see the damn Colts somewhere in the mix. I still believe in my man Josh Downs. I believe in Josh Downs. Pittman Jr. could be on the rise. I know he had some injuries. Jonathan Taylor could be 1,000-yard back again, and he's on the rise to get to his 10K. I know when me and you did an episode, Ragu, he was at 6,000. So he's on the run to get to that 10K. He wants that 10K for his career. As far as your quarterback, man, I know I joked with Daniel Jones. I know I joked about AR, Riley Leonard. He's not going to see the field, so he's a bum. But with that being said, there's still some talent on the offense. I'm not going to sleep on your offense just yet. And y'all defense can secretly, and I mean secretly, be clutch in some moments. I've seen the Colts. I'm sorry. The Colts got us last year on some fluke shit. What makes you think that they can't have 8 or 9 fluke moments like that? So, hot take here. I don't care what you say. Colts could possibly win 9 games.
Wow.
No, I'm not on drugs and I'm not drunk. I'm sober. No white stuff under my nose, pause. I am sober as I can be. I think they can get 9, Ragu. And once again in December, I could see them being once again. Oh, Colts is in the hunt. They're right there. If this team lose, they could possibly sneak in the playoffs.
Hey, well, no, definitely I can see that because
Yeah, because
that
like you said,
that
Ragu, you said the magic words right there. Every damn year. It's like, what did
yeah
the Colts do to get right there? And then, because like I said, Jay, well, I don't watch them like you do. But when they play my team, yeah, I'm right there, and they got
yeah
us. Not gonna lie
me
to you,
too.
they got us. But once again, and then I didn't notice that they can have 8 or 9 games like that to where they be like, damn, they win by 3, or they just had this fluke ass win, like, oh God, this defense have made a stop, and that's what I'm saying. Like, it could be some fluke wins like that, and what makes you think they can't get 9? Just saying.
Hell would freeze over if we win 9 games this year.
You said who?
Hell would freeze over if we win 9 games this
Hey, mark what you say. It gets cold as hell in December, so that could be hell freezing over. So I'm just saying. I'm just saying, Jay. Well, hey,
year.
like I said, it may be a hot take, but like I said before, Ragu just knocked me on the head and like, damn, he is right. Every damn year you possibly see them. Am I wrong, Adrian? Every time December comes around and you watching the game, and then they show the playoff brackets, all of a sudden in the hunt, you
Yeah,
see the coach somewhere.
yeah,
Yeah, Colts were in the mix last season, weren't they?
Exactly.
yeah, yeah.
They beat up.
It's the past couple years they've been in the mix. It's just that
Yeah,
they
so
just
Even
laid an
hey,
egg the
coach,
past year.
coach.
Mhm.
Even in the studio when they go and physically put the little slots in there and all
Yeah.
that, the Colts are always,
Colts is always in the
they
mix.
might not make it all the way to week 16. They might fall off, but
Yeah.
when it starts getting late and they start doing that, the Colts are always like one of
And
the
I
teams.
remember Strahan one year was like, Colts is in there? Like they secretly been winning these games.
Yeah, yeah. So,
I don't think it's
Yeah.
a
So
secret. I just don't think anybody cares about the Colts
no,
season.
it's not that, Jake. Well, it's just the fact that, like you said, what makes you think they can't get like 8 or 9 of those? Like, you know what I'm
and
saying? Like crazy.
yeah, and
and
I,
Colts,
What'd you say, Adrian?
sorry,
You good? You good?
Colts, they're in a division that like they can beat the Jaguars on their day. They can beat the Titans on their day.
And they
So
could
yeah,
that's
possibly split one with the Texans. So that's what I'm saying.
yeah.
That's 5
yeah.
good wins right there. I think they could sweep.
That's real talk, all right,
Yeah,
baby.
that's what I'm saying. That's a weak ass division. So I'm just saying, Jay. Well, I could see 5 easy wins in that division. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's just me being honest with you. So let's go right here. Let's go to the Jaguars. I'm gonna keep it short and simple. I don't believe in William. Yes, I'm calling him William. His name's not Trevor. His name is William. I mean,
His name is definitely William.
his name is
William Trevor.
definitely William.
You
Leor,
can call
Liam,
him Trevor, but you got to say William first.
you definitely. Liam Cohen should be. Maybe they saying Liam Cohen should be great for Trevor Lawrence. I don't believe it yet. Trevor, Travis Hunter,
Uh,
possibly starting both sides. It's going to be interesting.
uh,
It should be a lot of fun, but this roster is still likely a year late. I'm going to pick 6 wins for them. I
uh,
just still don't believe just yet. The defense still has some dogs, but it's not a paper game. So
uh.
I just don't have any type of faith in Jacksonville Jaguars. 6-11. Boom.
Anybody?
I don't know where Jay Will went, but
You go.
I'll go.
Had to grab a charger.
we good. I thought it was another B.
Well, but first of all, I think we can all just agree that Trevor Lawrence is just an okay quarterback. I'm kind of, I get really tired when quarterbacks hit their like 6th, 7th year, and people are like, "Oh, this could be their breakout year." To me, if you don't show it,
Yeah.
like early on, I kind of stop with all that narrative. I just look at you as you're just another okay quarterback in the NFL, and that's fine. You don't necessarily need the big star or whatever. But the Jaguars, to me, I think because of how the AFC South is looking right now, and this may be a hot take, I don't think they'll necessarily just be good, but I think that they will be decent enough to win the AFC South this year. And
Wow.
and we'll talk about that because I really want to talk about the Texans, but I'm going to save that for when we get there. But I think the Jaguars can go 8-9, 9-8, and still win that AFC South title.
Well, the division winner's gonna be 9-8.
Yeah, it's gonna be 8-9-9. You know, it's regardless. You know.
Yes, I forgot about that. Yes.
Like that's how nasty the division is gonna be. If I'm saying the Jaguars are gonna win the, you know.
Ooh. Oh God, that's funny.
But I am eager to see how Travis Hunter does this year. Is he gonna stay on both sides of the ball, or is he gonna stay committed to majority of the one side? They've been doing it in preseason where they've let him that first game where he played both. And to me, it's like it's cool, but like I said, the NFL is much different than college when it comes to stuff.
Yes, it is.
Go ahead, Adrian. I'll anchor this one.
Oh, you go.
You want me to go? All right. Well, what both of my guys before me just said, everything that they just said. But I will say this, Jay Will, and Coop.
Mm-hmm.
So, Sammy Darnold, right? He got over to San Francisco on a free agent deal, right, where he backed up Purdy a couple seasons ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then the word on the street was Shanny got him right. And then he goes to Minnesota and does what he does, right?
Mm-hmm.
Baker Mayfield arrives in Tampa, and you're not going to sit here and tell me that Baker wasn't in the MVP race last year until
top 5 quarterback, yeah.
Until about like week 15 or 16, you know, all the way down, you know, to the end there.
Yeah.
So I say all that to say that one, to you, Jay Will, it might not be over because Sammy had been drafted about 6 years ago, right? When he went to San Francisco and got worked out.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe the same can be true for William, but we don't know. And Coop, what I'm saying to you is perhaps Cohen is the QB whisperer or whatever, and is going to bring out the best in William. We don't know.
Right.
But I do know they might have got the most talented player in college football in the draft. And then they already had Brian Thomas Jr., who was, man,
the stud.
The second best rookie receiver in the league last year.
At one point, he was number one.
Yeah, you could debate.
He was at one point when we did that show, Ragu. He kind of was above Neighbors until Neighbors. Yeah. So yeah, I agree.
So with my man Hines and my man Aluakon on defense, right? These guys have some guys, bro. So I say all that though to say 8 and 9. I'm with Jay Will, but Jay Will, I don't think that's gonna be good enough to win. So.
Hey, Ragu,
what the fuck? Hold on, time out. You do this shit all the time. I'm over here thinking like, all right, maybe he'll pick 9 or 10. But when you say just to say that, it did still give him a goddamn loser record. Hold on.
I was gonna say Ragu is so good at that little sweet talk where he makes it seem like okay, you know.
Then he just slap you in the face and say they still not gonna. Yeah, they still with the 8 and 9. Hold on, that's crazy. Shout out to Ragu. Let's give Ragu a round of applause for the sweet talk and then shit on the bitch face. So yeah, you beautiful and all, baby, but I'm about to bounce. You can pay the bill type of deal. So shout out to Ragu. With that being said, Adrian, go for the Jaguars. That's crazy, man. What you got for the Jaguars, Adrian?
I think the Trevor Lawrence, he was amazing coming out of college. He was the number 1 draft pick. He was?
Yeah.
Coming out of
Yeah.
yeah. Like he was really. I thought he was going to be the next big thing, but he keeps letting me down season after season. I know last season he got injured with that big hit from the Texans,
Oh,
that dirty
yeah.
hit.
Forgot about that. Yes,
Yeah,
I forgot
that
about
was pretty bad. But I don't know. I'm still waiting for Trevor Lawrence to step it up, but I just see them.
We all are, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think they're going to be a middle of the road team. I'm going to go 6 wins, 6-11.
It's that raccoon hair, man. I'm tripping still. Oh my God. All
Takes a
right.
lot. It takes a lot to win.
It do, man. Especially like what makes you think they can get to 9 or something? You know, like it's just crazy. But
That's a lot of
it
wins.
is, especially in the AFC, man. I'm sorry. These teams, the way these teams is nowadays,
Yeah.
it's gonna be crazy. But Houston. All right, what we got, y'all? What we got with Houston, man?
All right, I'm gonna start this one off.
Mm-hmm.
First off, I don't think the
He
Texans.
got some. Hold on, David. Hey, he got some shit to say. I can tell.
He do. Yeah, that's why he wanted to start it off. Go
Go
for
ahead.
it.
I think a little bit of it's the hater in me because I don't like anybody in the AFC South. I'm a big hater when it comes to all the three teams.
Oh, wow.
But one of the things about the Texans this year, I I don't know how confident I feel in that wide receiver core. And I only say this is because it feels like every couple months or so, it seems like they're trying to make notable moves, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, it kind of gets like pushed to the back. Like they drafted 2 wide receivers. I forgot their names, but they both from the same college. I think they from
Oh,
Iowa
yeah,
State.
Iowa State. The Iowa
Yeah,
State
I'm
boys.
Jaden Higgins and the other kid's last name is Noel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and to me, it's like okay, because I know what's the guy who got hurt last year? Tank was it Tank?
Tank and
Yeah, Tank Dell and Nico went out for a minute, but Nico came
Yeah.
back.
yeah,
So
Nico came back.
it seems like they're trying to put a band-aid on it, but then every couple of months they're kind of like, okay, let me grab this wide receiver right here. And it's not, and this is not like just a practice squad type wide receiver. But I've just kind of noticed, like, I don't really know what the Texans are trying to do this year. I know they traded Laramie Tunsil, and I think that's going to take a big hit on the offensive line. I know Joe Mixon has been banged up pretty much the entire all season with just some new injuries. Even though CJ Stroud, we talked about how him having a good rookie season and having the sophomore slump. Are we just, so confident to say that he's just going to bounce back year 3 with all the stress under management this year? And I say that to say I think I think the Texans will kind of be in that same range as the Jaguars. I think they'll be an 8-9, 9-8 team, and the only way they'll win the title is if they have one of those things kind of go their way, like they beat the Jaguar twice, so they automatically get the ahead of them. But I think
Yeah.
the AFC title race is going to be basically the Jaguars and the Texans. But I think as of right now, I'm going to give the slight edge to the Jaguars just because I'm not confident. I think the Texans, I don't want to say they're overrated, but I don't believe in the hype this year with that organization. I think they're going to have a down year, and from their standards of where they were 2 years ago.
Can I go?
Yes, sir. Yes, you can.
I know this is a hot take. I think the Texans are a bit overrated for me. I think that I don't think they're anything special. Is that guy coming back that broke his leg that good receiver? I forgot his name. Is he coming back to the Texans?
I think Tank.
Tank
Yeah,
Dell.
Tank is there. Tank is there.
Yeah, that was pretty horrific leg break. But
Yeah.
I think that I just make it short and sweet again. I think the Texans go. I think CJ Stroud will bounce back again, have a better year this time around. But I think they win the division 8-9 with a losing record. I think they win the division.
Wow.
I think it's one of the weakest divisions in the NFL.
It is.
It is. It is. It's...
Okay, so
here we go again.
I'm a fan of these guys, Killer Joe and Coach Ryans and CJ and Nico and the guys. Good team.
Yeah.
The class of the division. However, the division ain't much to speak of because we already got Indy 5-12. I had Jacksonville 8-9. So this is the division winner, and they will be one game better than Jacksonville at 9-8. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time.
Me neither. I'm still pretty worried about the offensive line. The Texans' new scheme should somewhat help, putting CJ Stroud in the position for a monster season. We know Joe Mixon's banged up. That's why they signed Grub Chubb. And I think Nick Chubb will have a great comeback season. So I think that could be a good two-headed monster over there. I think they can be once they both healthy. Learn the scheme a little bit, what the new guy's trying to do. The defense is going to be straight, not going to lie to you. So I'm going to give them 11, Ragu. I'm going to give them 11. I'm going to give them 11. Once again, Texans, it's just one of them Sundays. You're going to be looking at the game. The other team's going to win. Then all of a sudden, boom, they going to get it. They could steal one game and to get that 11 wins. I don't care. You shaking your head. But, it's hey.
Can't wait till we get to the Steelers.
The hate is real. So we gonna jump to the probably top 5 pick again, the Tennessee Titans. What y'all thoughts on that?
You're saying top 5. I think the Titans will once again be the worst team in the NFL this year. Cam Ward, I think is a good pick, but the team around him is so bad and lackluster. I think it's going to be very, very hard for him to be kind of productive in his rookie year because of it. The offensive line is not that good. The wide receiver core, they're banged up, and they're already not that good as it is. They just cut Traylon Burks, who was supposed to be the new A.J. Brown for the Tennessee Titans, by the way, because he had an injury, and he's going to be out for the year, I believe. And it's that Titans organization right now is just in a very, very bad spot. That's going to take some years of trying to build up. I think they did the right thing by drafting Cam Ward, but it's also one of those situations where, you're going to have to really focus on trying to get guys to that organization, whether that's in free agency, whether that's, having good drafts, because right now I am not a believer in the Tennessee Titans for the next 3 to 4 years. And I say that confidently. And I'm going to enjoy it too, because, oh my God, I hate the Titans and I love seeing them fail, but once again, it's just one of those teams that they need Jesus right now. Cam Ward can be Moses for them, but they need Jesus, not Moses.
That's crazy. Okay.
All right. So, man, and we did extensive coverage on the draft. It's my favorite thing to do. I ain't gonna lie.
Yes, sir.
And sometimes, this is why I like Jay Will, because Jay will go against what everybody else is saying. His take about the edge rushers being the better position in this draft, and everybody and their mama was saying running backs, and I think he was right.
Mm-hmm.
But they should have drafted Abdul Carter, bro. Let me tell you why. There's nobody here for this kid to get a ball to.
No.
You feel me? So what you got a quarterback on a rookie deal? It's going to take his whole deal for you to build the team up around him. You should have just started to build the roster, bro. Yeah. When you look at that roster, it is quite simply probably the worst one in the league, bro, as far as having guys on it. So, yeah, I got caught up in the wave of, we know he's going we know the quarterback's going to Tennessee. We know Shador. We thought we knew. Well, we knew about Shador, right?
Yeah, we thought.
But, yeah, Cam probably would have been better off going to another team, man, because this roster stinks, bro. Yeah. So, no sugarcoating that one, right? And then shitting on them. I'm shitting on these guys all the way. But because they're in a division where they might be able to beat Jacksonville once, they might be able to beat Indy once, you know what I'm saying? And then claw out some victory somewhere else as the season gets longer and Cam starts to get a little bit better. 4-13. And like you said, Coop, only reason they not back getting a quarterback again is because they just got the quarterback. You see, they would have been right back here again. They did not need to get him this season. But anyway, number one pick in the draft, I think, probably. It's between them and another team that we're going to get to shortly.
Yeah. David?
4-13.
Yeah, I think Cam Ward's got a big job on his hands. I think he hasn't got much around him. I agree with you guys. He's probably going to have he's definitely going to struggle in his rookie year. He's a good quarterback, but he's just got nothing, no receivers. One of their top receivers went to the Dolphins. I don't know how you pronounce his name.
Oh, one of their top I remember. Yeah, that's Hakeem or something like that.
Yeah. So he went to the Dolphins. So I just think, there's going to be Titans going to be a hard watch this season. So I'm going 4-13.
Yeah, and I forgot to give my prediction as well. I'm gonna say 2-15. Yeah.
No, I really could see 2-15, man.
Cam Ward, I don't know why everybody's talking like Calvin Ridley's going to be that Atlanta Falcons Calvin Ridley. It's not going to happen. I like the other rookie receiver from Stanford, Eric Allicat. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. He can be solid, but he's not going.
We scouted him.
Yeah, we scouted him, but I just feel like you guys could get some yardage, maybe score a few points in here, but y'all have no defense whatsoever. This team could possibly go 0-17 and be that trash and be that ass. I just don't see nothing really exciting about the Titans since Derrick Henry left. I mean, this is a team where me and my man Ragu
being generous, you saying?
Yeah, me and my man Ragu would say, don't watch if you have something to do around the house while they're on. Do what you have to do. Cut the grass, clean the house, go run some errands, go to the grocery store. Hell, go get some snacks or something until, another game comes on. But
anything but sit down
and watch the Titans. So the Titans is on my do not watch list. Top 3 in the draft pick. My man Caleb Downs could probably go there and help the defense out. I hope he doesn't, but he could.
And that's what they should be doing. You feel me? They should be getting guys like Carter and Downs. Mm-hmm. And then later, bam, now you go get the QB. But
I agree with you. I agree.
I would have been mad if they got the tackle from LSU, Will Campbell, that first.
Facts. Yeah, Jay Will, yeah. And I will, as we go through this journey, y'all, together, bro, I will continue to get better at that shit. And I will not get caught up on trends and shit no more, bro.
Yeah, I agree.
Next time I see something like that, I'm going to be able to call that out. Be like, hey, no, he shouldn't be going there.
Yes.
And then when the season starts and everybody sees it,
I'm a victim of it too.
Guys to be like, hey, that dude did say they didn't need to get him. Yeah.
I'm a victim of that
because everybody had him going there. Can't nobody come back now and say that they didn't have Tennessee taken. No, I might have seen a mock or two with Abdul Carter.
Maybe one, but it changed so damn much. It was kind of like difficult to keep up with sometimes.
Yeah, but that was at the same time where they were trying to like shop rumors and that they were going to trade the picks and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was at one point where I think they had Shador on the damn Titans at one point. So that's what I'm saying. It's difficult.
They should have traded the pick and got more guys.
Yeah.
But we're spending way too much time on the Titans.
I agree. All right, NFC South. Let's start with the New Orleans Saints, a team that we're not going to spend too much time on. So
let me get this one. So, NFL is about storylines, right?
Yes, sir.
Whose granddaddy played for this team?
Mr. Manning's.
So this team is going to go shit, cool, perhaps. This could be your 0-17. Jay
Yes.
Will, this could be your 2-15. I feel like they're aiming to be had the best quarterback room, perhaps, because they just drafted Tyler Shock the second round.
Mm-hmm.
He's got guaranteed contract. They're gonna draft Arch Manning, number 1
Ooh.
overall.
Yeah.
And have the best quarterback room they feel, and then build from there. They already got decent infrastructure though, right? They not like ass like Tennessee. They roster is just a little old.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think these guys are, I don't like to use the tank word. I think that's, disrespectful. But if there ever was a tanking job that's about to be done, it's right now with these guys so that they can just think of the marketing of that, bro. Arch Manning playing where Archie Manning used to play. So 2-15. I'm changing. I came all the way off of them. I had them winning 5 games. 2-15 for them. They gonna tank.
Ragu, I like the narrative. My thing is though, when like talking about the Saints, and I think they go 5-12 this year. I'm gonna be honest with you, but I say that because I don't necessarily think that they have to be extremely, extremely bad to get Arch Manning. I don't think he is a first player off the board type talent. Not saying that because teams love to stretch on quarterbacks, and you just kind of never know. But I think the Saints could have a top 10 pick, and they could still be like 6'8" ish, and he'll still be on the board to get him. Obviously, we don't know how that's going to work out because, like I said, it's a narrative-driven league, and we have to see if he actually produces in college. But if push comes to shove, I could see the Saints still going 5-12 and still having a shot at getting Arch Manning. Kind of like what you said, the roster's old. The quarterback room obviously is a mediocre. Let's just be honest with you. It may be the worst quarterback room in the NFL right now because I can't really think of a worse.
We really don't know. Yeah.
I mean, unless Tyler Show, they just accidentally drafted a gem in him, which is not really looking like throughout preseason and training camp. That team is definitely going to be getting a quarterback first round next year.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. I think I don't even know who the Saints quarterback is at the moment.
That's a good thing. Oh my God.
They don't either.
So I think they definitely it's definitely gonna be a tough year for the Saints, like the Titans, and I think they're gonna be close to getting the number 1 draft pick. So I'm gonna go 3-14.
Ragu, I thought about what you said too, and I said that to my pops. I even said that about like the Saints or where Uncle Peyton played, the Boo Boo Coats. Arch has a chance to go to some of these
that's
teams.
The other narrative.
That's a good narrative. I thought about those too. But
they're both gonna be pretty bad.
This may seem like a low number for a team with the 3rd easiest schedule in football, but like we all said, take a look at that quarterback room and it'll start to make perfect sense. So I'll say 4-13. And with that, I am moving on.
Yes.
That's a great move on.
Yes. Carolina Panthers, another team I'm not going to spend too much time on. So who wants to start with it?
Let me start, man, and get it over with. I wish that I could have a better outlook because I like Bryce Young as a guy, as a player.
The player.
Chuba got paid.
Yeah.
They got my man X over there.
Mm-hmm.
They trying to build. There's really not a lot of positive things I could say about the roster. They They seem to do play a little bit tough though, and can surprise you. But they just don't have the talent. I don't see it. And 4-13. 4-13.
Yeah, but Ragu, thinking about it, looking at their off season, nothing to go crazy over, but I do feel like, they filled some positions, but not enough to make me feel like, okay, this is a at 500 team. I think they kind of addressed the front seven and, kind of the running game. Hopefully they can kind of stop the rush better this year. If T-Mac can be a good wide receiver one, I feel like that's a huge boost. But to me, it's
okay. They did draft T-Mac. Okay.
Yeah, but to me, it's like Bryce. And I'm a Bryce believer. I still have faith in him. But this is the year where it's like, okay, you're either the future for this franchise, like you show us that you can you can be something for us, or hey, we may just go ahead and look for another quarterback after this year because he was on the trading block for a lot of last year. Even though I think it was kind of more of like a pump fake where they had him out there, but I think it's more so just to see if he could kind of come back and kind of build some momentum for them to keep him. But I truly think this is his prove it year. The offensive line has gotten better over the last 2 years, but it's nothing once again for me to just drool over. So with that being said, I feel like giving them 6 is too generous. I'm gonna give them a 5-12 type year. I think Bryce Young will be decent, but just once again,
he just did what I did.
Yeah, that's what I said. You just did what he did.
You gotta make it sound real good.
You
gotta
give him
a little faith.
And you just shitted on the grill too. Come on, man. All right.
I have a little sympathy for
He said, "I feel like 6."
Yeah, get out of here. Get on somewhere.
Oh, I forgot to mention they still have Adam Thielen, who's been in the league since World War II. So see how it goes.
Yeah, this has to be the year where Adam slows all the way down, man. He got hurt last year too, so
it has to be, yeah.
This is it. They just don't have the guys right now.
I'm
afraid they might be drafting a quarterback too.
Mm.
Oh, go ahead.
My bad. Go ahead, Adrian. My bad.
You're right. I think Bryce Young he's got potential, but I agree with you guys. I think it's a make or break season for him. If he doesn't show any improvement, I think they'll be looking for another quarterback definitely. So I think they're gonna struggle. I don't think they're gonna a really, really great team. 5-12.
5-12. I think they had a good, strong second half last year, and they kind of woke them up with the benching. And I feel like it can provide some legitimate reason for hope in Carolina. With the adding of T-Mac, my man Big X is coming back healthy. It should be a great addition to the offense. The defense should do a little better, but I'm not sure. I'll translate it in a meaningful jump in the win column. I'm going to give them 8 wins.
Oh, shit.
I'm going to give them 8 wins. I feel like they can improve. I feel like they'll improve in the wins, but they won't be no playoff team. I feel like they can definitely improve because they did gel together, as we all saw last year.
They did.
I feel like they can improve from wherever they was. Like, what did they win last year? 5 games. I think they can get like a 3-game improvement.
They lost a few close games last season. I remember watching them against the Chiefs, and they gave the Chiefs one hell of a game.
And the Eagles. They gave both Super Bowl teams a hell of a run. So I think they can really pick up where they left off, man. They could be one of them tough places to play. So I'm going to give them 8. The Dirty Birds, Falcons. Go ahead.
Shit, man. It's not a paper game, but when you look at these guys on paper, man,
they dangerous.
Yeah, they got him. They got him. So the offense, and we about to see what's up with Penix, right?
Yes, we are. About time.
I mean, I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with y'all. The offense is seemingly ready to go. It's like it just needed a quarterback to come and make it go. So,
Pause.
yeah,
that was wild.
so, but I don't want to get too crazy. But
Yeah.
Dion Diablo is over there, linebacker from the Raiders, went over.
He did.
Looks to be has secured a starting role over there.
Mm-hmm.
I know his strength is covering tight ends and running backs, either out the backfield or off the line of scrimmage. Yeah, but the team. This is just another 8-9 team in the division. In a division where the division winner is going to be 9-8. You know what I'm saying?
Stop doing that. You just finessed it again. I'm over here thinking like, all right, cool. He got a little faith, but he said, hell no. That's my man Ragu, y'all. That's my guy.
So for all of how good Penix is, right? He's basically a rookie, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to jump out there too crazy. And so a couple games could go, 3 of these ball games could go a different way, and now they are, 11. True. But I'm trying to keep it 1,000 wild, and I know how tough it is to win, but
it is.
You got 3 teams. You got Tampa Bay, which we haven't got to yet. Yeah. You got Atlanta. You got Carolina, which is going to be, kind of the worst team in the division. I'm not calling them they're not a very good team. Right.
You got the Saints. Yeah, then you got the Saints.
Right, they're not a very good team. Right. And then the Saints, who are, like we talked about the rosters, and they don't have a quarterback. Right. So the division isn't that tough, Coop.
No.
Is what I really meant. And they're going to win games.
Yeah.
But not quite a playoff team yet. I think there's a few other better teams in the NFC. And even in the division, they're not quite as good as, I guess, the next team we're going to cover. So,
yes, sir.
Yeah, man, that's it could be 9-8, but I'm going to go 8-9. And I've been pretty much saying 8-9 wins for fucking Atlanta for the last 3 years on these shows.
Yeah, you've been dead on. So, yeah.
So, 8-9, I'll say.
Yeah, I can kind of see that. Kind of like what you said, Ragu. Games isn't win on paper, but I mean, you look at that roster, like they got guys,
Yeah.
Honestly, to me, I feel like for this Falcons team is that it just comes down to coaching, because I feel like if you got the talent there at that point of time period, it's up to the coaches to make sure that it shows in the record, and I kind of think it will this season. I kind of see the Falcons. I think they'll win at least 10 games this year. Let's go as far as to say that. Like you said, it's not a really strong division at all this year, and they have guys. So to me, it's like if Penix is able to just show signs of potential that he can really be that guy. I think for the Falcons, this is your season to finally be like, hey, we can make some noise, in a season, a year or two. Just give us time because we got the talent. We may have our quarterback. We have the 2 defensive guys, James Pierce that they drafted in Jalon Walker, who I think both guys will be really, really efficient on that line. This team could really make some noise in the future. Right now, I'm just going to give them 10 wins because I don't want to go far out and be like, oh, this is a 12 win. I'm not going to do all that. But I think 10 wins to me is a safe little bet for the Falcons this year. I have to see what the bettors have the line on the Falcons because that's something I may take the over on if they're sleeping.
I'll tell you.
7.5, I think, was the last one I looked at.
Oh yeah, that's easy.
That's an easy money.
7.5.
That's easy money.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Adrian.
But they giving you back. They give you minus 45 if you bet over them.
Oh.
So they know.
Okay, just making sure.
I think with Michael Penix Jr., I think he's a good quarterback. I like what I saw glimpses of him last season for the Falcons. I think he's got a real potential to be a good quarterback in the NFL. And what's the Falcons running back? I forgot his name. He's good too.
Robinson, Bijan.
Yeah, so they got a good running back, good quarterback. I can see the Falcons, and they got a decent defense. I can see them challenging the Buccaneers for the NFC South. So I'm going to go Falcons. Similar to you guys, I'm going to go 8-9.
8-9.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all are some finesses. You know that? Y'all say all this nice stuff. I'm gonna keep it as my man Ragu would say, 1,000 out here, man. I live in Georgia.
Hilarious, man.
So I've seen Raheem Moore and I've heard him speak. He's ready. Plus the fourth easiest schedule. Probably helps the Falcons clear this number. Not by much though. But expect some ups and downs in Michael Penix Jr. But you forgot one person on defense, Jay Will. They got one of the best safeties too. Xavier Watts is on there as well. He's going to be sharing that other side with Jesse Bates, Pierce, Walker. I mean, AJ Terrell, I understand, corners get burned, as my man Ragu taught me that, but he's still a good, solid corner. The defense should be straight. I love the offense as well. I think Pitts could step up with the quarterback like Michael. I really think this could be his year. Not like 1,000 yards, nothing crazy like that. I feel like he could be decent, help the offense out. Bijan, Drake, and Drake London. We all forgetting about Drake London as well. So they got some playmakers, man. I'm gonna go off on the lens. Hot take Marv, 11-6.
All right, that's hot take. Marv is in the building.
Yes, I'm gonna say 11-6. Like my man Adrian said, they will challenge Tampa Bay this year. They's like, no, we ain't the little brothers no more. We got these people now. I think that's 3 solid rookies that will see the field and who will help beef up that defense. Could be a top 10 defense. So I'm gonna definitely say 11-6.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Coop. You can't say all that good stuff about Kyle Pitts because I'm one of those guys when fantasy football comes around.
I understand that too. And I was talking. That's why I talked to the Falcons fans over here too. You got to remember, he had Mariota. He didn't have a quarterback that can get him the ball like that. And then last year, they tried to run a pistol with Kirk Cousins, and that's not his formation though. That's what I'm saying. It's gonna change this year. I feel like Pittman could really get the ball to the tight end. That's what I'm saying. I feel like. Nothing crazy like 1,000 yards, like I said, but something like, oh damn, he showed up in fantasy, some type deal, So I'm gonna say 11.
I've been a Kyle Pitts fantasy believer in the past 5 seasons, and he hasn't shown me it yet.
So. That's kind of your fault, especially with Mariota was supporting. That's kind of your fault.
I didn't.
It's all good though. All right, let's go to Mr. Mike Evans here, Mr. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So, who wants to go?
I'll go first this time.
Gotcha.
I think I know this is a bit of a hot take. I'm probably going to get a bit of shit for this, but I think Baker Mayfield is an underrated quarterback. I really like him. Like, he's tough. I think he's a very tough quarterback, and I think he's very, very underrated. And I think they'll just win the division. Around 9-8, but they got a good defense. They got a good defensive coach. They're always hard to play against the Buccaneers, and they almost beat the Commanders in the playoffs last season.
Yes,
I think it was a wild card. So I think the Buccaneers will win the division again, and I think they'll make the playoffs, and I think they're a very, very underrated team.
So what was your record for him?
Sorry, 9-8 or 10-7.
9-8, 10-7.
The Tampa Bay, man. I really like the Emeka kid. I can never pronounce his name right, but the kid from Ohio State.
Emeka Zuko, whatever.
They saying he's been something else in training camp and preseason. I'm really eager to see how good he's gonna be. Baker Mayfield, I do agree. I feel like Baker Mayfield, you only know if he's good if you're not a casual NFL fan. Yeah, I feel like a casual NFL fan, they wouldn't care for Baker Mayfield. They wouldn't even acknowledge him because they kind of just look at his Cleveland Brown days and they're like, oh,
Nah, they
it's
better
just
look at him
no,
now.
it's a way different Baker Mayfield. He's a really, really good quarterback. Tampa is definitely going to be fighting for that divisional spot with the Falcons.
Yeah.
They go 9-8.
Yeah.
I think they're a solid team, but it's just I have a couple questions for them defensively. And Mike Evans, and I know he's talking about him too. I think this is going to be the year that he doesn't hit that 1K yardage.
Wow, hot take, huh?
I think this will be the year that he doesn't hit it. I think he'll still be effective, but I don't know if he'll hit that 1K this year. And also, I want to say this too, because I wanted to say this earlier. Hitting 1K to me as a receiver and a running back, it don't move me like that anymore, if that makes sense. Especially with the added 17 games.
No, it don't. And me and Ragu said that too. Now that they
slow.
added all these games, you can break these records now. That's what I'm saying. Like it's just more to, be like, oh, I'm gonna break this record now. Next thing you know, 10, 15 years, they're gonna add 18 games.
Exactly.
And now I know how all the 14-game guys must have felt, right? When they records
Yes.
start to go off.
Right.
And these dudes was playing 2 extra games.
Mhm.
Because ever since we've been watching it, they pretty much been playing 16 games.
Yeah.
Now they go to 17. And like Coop said, guys talking about I'm breaking this record, I'm breaking that record.
Exactly.
Like even my guy Brock, with the records he broke or whatever, and the catches also with Malik.
Yeah.
You guys had the extra game. And I know still for rookies, you have phenomenal seasons, don't get me wrong. But anyway, that is something. That's a whole thing right there. The extra game and the record book. There should be another record book, right? There should be the 17-game one. Whatever. Anyway. Tampa Bay. So my guy Gruden was quoted as saying he'd rather have a tooth pulled without anesthesia than play Todd Bowles on a short week, because they do have the most exotic blitzes in the league. He has the most extensive blitz package. Shout out to Todd Bowles. I remember when he used to play football. So they're going to be tough on defense. They did lose Liam Cohen, right? Yeah, so true. This guy was supposed to be kind of like the QB whisperer over there. So we're going to see how much that does take a toll. The division is one of them ones where everybody's going to beat everybody, kind of, right? Except for the 2 bottom teams are a little bit down. So that leaves Atlanta and Tampa to kind of battle this one out. And I feel like I got it right now by 2 games. Tampa wins by going 10-7. And hosting a playoff game as the winner of the South, because they did not that reseeding shit didn't pass, right?
No, I don't think it did.
No, it didn't.
I don't think it did either. So yeah, they will be hosting a playoff game.
Oh man, is it me or has the Bucks become criminally underrated?
Mm-hmm.
Like my man,
for why they're so underrated. I don't know why.
Yeah,
it's cash. It's like Jay Will was saying about Baker.
Yeah,
the casual fan has Tampa Bay underrated.
True, and like you just said, with Cohen's departure, it's gonna hurt a little bit. Not gonna lie to you, but the offense has a lot of talent. With my man Bucky Irvin in the backfield, shout out to him. Omega, whatever.
Yeah,
Goodwin, Godwin is going to be coming back soon. So they got a good receiver room on paper. But I'm going to give them double-digit wins. I'll give them 10-7 too. Not winning the division, though. So 10 wins. I'll give them 10. I'll give them 10. Don't really excite me to be like, oh, Tampa Bay's on. So not gonna, like I said, I don't know. And we don't know how it'll affect Baker as well. So this is gonna be interesting. NFC North. This is a pretty interesting. division with Pack, Lions, Vikings, and the Bears. We'll start with the Vikings first, man. I want to hear what everybody's gonna say about JJ. So
Don't. I'll jump out there.
go for
Y'all ain't ready.
it.
I don't. It might sound like I'm hating. Might sound like I'm a hater, right? But I don't believe in the kid. I don't believe in the kid, man. Uh, I will say this: he's got some guys to put the ball in the hands of.
Yeah, true.
But I feel like after they get into the season and get the blitzing him, and then again, he's got B-Flow there to show him some blitzes and training. I don't believe in him, and I could probably be wrong, right?
Yes, I mean we all will be. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I'm a up there wins to what I had him at, and
Yes.
I'm gonna go 6-11.
Ooh.
6-11 for Minnesota.
Woo! Got them coming back down to earth, huh?
Yes.
That's great.
My man Sammy meant that much to them.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Ragu. I'm not a JJ McCarthy truther either, meaning that I'm not understanding the extreme hype. When he was drafted, I was another person that was like, I didn't think he should have got drafted first round. I kind of feel like he just benefited in that hardball system at Michigan, where they just run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. I mean, he's had games. Yeah, like he's had games in college where like you can literally just take him out the game, and the offense still looks the same. But on the plus side, I think Justin Jefferson can make any quarterback look good, if that makes sense. I don't think JJ McCarthy will be just great. I wouldn't even necessarily just say just good, but I think he'll look decent with playing alongside Justin Jefferson, because I think he can just truly make any quarterback look good, and that's why I think he's the best wide receiver in the game right now. I think the Vikings will still, though. I think the offensive line has improved. They got Will Fries from the free agency.
Mm-hmm.
I think this team they'll be a 9-8-ish team. I think 6 wins is a little bit too low for them. I'm gonna give them just a tad bit over 500, honestly.
Will Fries is from Indy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that one hurt to lose him. It was a tough loss.
We know.
They want to pay the kids though.
We know.
Make sure we get that in there.
Yeah, I know, right? All right, Adrian, what you got, brother?
I said Will Fries from free agency. He didn't say.
I haven't seen a lot of. I haven't seen a lot of JJ.
Go ahead, Adrian. Go ahead.
I haven't seen a lot of it. It was JJ McCarthy, the Vikings quarterback. I haven't seen I know he didn't. He was benched last year. He was back up to Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
But like you guys said, he's got a couple good receivers. Like Justin Jefferson is probably one of the best receivers in the game. He's amazing. But what makes Vikings going to be competitive this season, like going to win them like a lot of close games, is their defense. Brian Flores is a great defensive mind coach. So I think that's their defense going to keep them in a lot of games and keep a lot of games close. I'm going to go. They're going to have a losing record though. I'm going to go 7-10.
Y'all tripping. Oh my God. I understand tempering expectations from Mr. McCarthy here. I've like I said before, I said everything about this kid, probably everything except something about his mama. It's going to be a learning on the fly type of year for him, especially like I said, after missing his rookie season with that injury. And that's going to be a difficult injury to come back from. But at the same time, it's pretty rare that a young quarterback gets this kind of supporting cast from Jay Jettis. Addison is coming up on the rise. You still got TJ Hawkinson there. Aaron Jones just re-signed, and like my man Adrian said, that defense is still pretty solid. So I'm not about to predict a 6-win drop off because the Vikings lost Sam Darnold. They do have another QB coach over there too, Ragu, who made Sam Darnold look the way he did. I'm gonna give the Vikings 10.
Hmm.
I'm gonna give them 10, Ragu. I think that, like you said, that offense is still pretty solid, and the defense is still pretty good too. Like as you said, they can keep them in the game.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 10. I'm gonna say 10. But yeah, I'll say 10. Let's go to Mr. Caleb Williams, man, the Chicago Bears. I'm really interested to see everybody's on this one. So who wants to start this one? This is gonna be funny.
Listen, man, I feel like the Bears, once again, this is Caleb Williams.
Mm-hmm.
You have the offense. They went out and they got you another tight end in Colston Loveland from Michigan, who is more of a receiving tight end more than anything, which
Yeah.
at first, when they drafted him over Warren, I was kind of questioning the decision. But after looking at how the offense was shaped, I guess it was like, fit wise, it was better for him to go to Chicago. But once again, he has a decent group of receivers. He has a decent run game. Is Caleb Williams going to show us that he is ready to take that leap in year two? My answer to that is I don't know. I'm not confident in saying that he will do that. He did look good at certain points of the year, but he also had a lot of moments that kind of reminded me like this is supposed to be the number one pick in the NFL draft. Because a lot of number one picks do not get this much help early on, as we see with the Bryce Youngs and the Kyler Murray. They didn't have a lot of help, as much help as this.
Caleb, yeah.
Um, I think the Chicago Bears. I also think that they will be similar to the Vikings this year. I think they'll be an 8-9, 9-18. I don't think they'll be bad. I think they'll surprise a lot of people. I think they'll have a lot of close games. I don't think this team will be bad at all, honestly. I think this should be a solid team for them. Hopefully it continues like that in the future. But yeah, I don't think this team will be as bad as everybody think they will be. Even if Caleb Williams isn't just necessarily great or good, I feel like that roster in general is a lot kind of underrated. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna say 8-9, 9-8 in that ballpark range.
Well, part of this might be a little bit of hate, but I'm trying to be professional. But their little coach had put out that he didn't want to interview with the Raiders.
I remember that.
I felt disrespected by that.
Yeah.
And I would be lying to you if I said I didn't hope he fell on his face a little bit as a head coach. I'm on some petty shit, y'all. He tried to mark us out like we was, you know what I mean? Like we wouldn't even worth his time, bro. So,
Right.
but coordinating an offense on a team with a strong head coach
Yeah.
and then running the whole show is two different things, brother. And this fool is about to find that out.
Yeah.
And although I'm gonna upgrade them from what I had them before,
Mm-hmm.
6-11. 6-11 for these guys. I had them at 5-12 before. I wanted to go. Let me be noted. Sorry, Adrian. Let me be noted that I wanted to go 7, but I just couldn't.
I think Caleb Williams, he takes too long. I've watched him play a few times, and he holds on the ball for too long. In my opinion, he's got to learn. Hopefully, this is it. Ben Johnson, the new head coach.
Yeah.
Hopefully, he teaches Caleb Williams to get the ball out quicker, and so he doesn't take so much sacks, because he took a lot of sacks last season. I know his offensive line didn't really help him either, but I think Chicago Bears are in a rebuild. I think they'll improve this season. I think they'll get a couple more wins this season, so I'm gonna go 7-10. 7-10, 6-11.
Okay.
I
I don't know what to do with y'all. I love this. I love this about y'all. This is funny. But this is an extremely reasonable line considering all the hype that's accompanied Ben Johnson's arrival in Chicago. I don't know what he can do with this kid or not. The offense could have some growing pains early on, and the Bears face a particular challenging schedule this year. But I think a Dennis Allen led defense gives them a little room for error before they hit their stride. 9-8. 9-8 for the Bears.
In Chicago,
Chicago.
probably Coop. Sorry,
You
but
good? You good?
they'll be one of them teams that could beat any team and lose to any team.
Yes. True. Very
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
Very true. All
I'll give them
right.
that.
Yeah, this is one gonna be interesting for me too. The Lions. This one gonna be interesting. I'll start this one off. I feel like losing both coordinators and some key pieces on the offensive line could make this win total for me a little bit of a battle for these Lion boys, man. Their schedule will definitely be a challenge too. Uh, you won't catch me forecasting single digit wins for this team though, with a lot of talent. I'm gonna say 11 for
Yeah.
the Detroit Lions. Still too much talent. Golf is still him. He can make it happen. St. Brown is a good receiver. Ragu, you froze? Hell yeah, he is. I was wondering why he's still looking like that. But yeah, Jameer Gibbs. I was like, why is he looking like that? I was like, what?
He's locked in on what you got to say.
He locked in. I would mess with him right now if I was over there. But yeah. But I'm gonna say 11 wins. So there you go. There you go.
Y'all are crazy.
I'm sorry. Did y'all see that shit? I was like, why
Yeah,
is he staring at me like this? What's going on? All right.
while Ragu is getting himself back together, I think the Lions. First of all, I think people forget the Lions were really banged up defensively last year.
They
I feel like
were.
a lot of people forget that, and they were still able to produce a lot of wins. I'm I'm not a big fan of high scoring games in the NFL
Mhm.
when it comes to certain teams, and I feel like the Lions is one of them because I don't want them to be a team where they feel like they need to score 30 to win a football game. I feel
Exactly.
like they should rely on that defense. Aiden Hutchinson comes back. That's going to be big for the Lions this year.
Yeah.
I know that secondary, even though it's been tinkered, I still feel like it needs a little bit of work. But I still think this team can win 13 games this year.
Yeah.
And I would not be surprised if they are the team in NFC East that has the best record. But I'm gonna say right now, I'm gonna keep them at 13-4.
I'll go. I think I love that. What's the Lions coach name again?
Oh, Dan Campbell.
Dan Campbell. Yeah, I think he's a great head coach. I love his size, play with real physicality, real hard nosed football, and that Joseph for the Lions, the safety, he's scary.
He is.
Yeah, he puts in some killer tackles in. I think the Lions will drop a little bit off this season because they, like you said, they lost their two coordinators. I still think they'll win the division just above, just over the Packers. I'm going 11-6.
Hey, you good, brother? I was messing with you when you froze, so you probably gonna see this. And you had like hey, when you froze, Ragu, you had this like look on your face. I was like, why is he staring at me like this? When you watch it, you gonna see. I was like, I was fucking with you too. I was like, what's going on with this man?
Detroit, you were saying about
Coordinators.
losing both coordinators.
Yeah.
And that's tough, man.
Yes.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what kind of coach you are. And Campbell's a great head coach.
Yeah.
So, but the talent is undeniable.
Facts.
Right? The talent, the team is extremely talented, and I had them coming back even further, but I'm gonna bump it up a notch. But they're not gonna be the record's not gonna be quite as good because they got to figure some stuff out. So I got them at 10-7 for Detroit Lions.
Yeah, that's not bad though. Not bad. All right, pack show. Who wants to start?
I will. So I was tripping, bro, when you told me about.
Michael Parsons.
Jay Will. Jay Will said Dak.
Mm-hmm.
Who?
Dak, right? So that would lead me to believe that as a Coop knows, one of my favorite coaches in the National Football League, sounds like he might be done with what Mr. Jordan Love, right? If he's like, we'll take the $60 million off your hands, right? Green Bay is not a team that usually jumps out there for QBs and money like that, right? And if Matt is saying, hey, yeah, we'll take that $60 million off your hands, Jerry, then it sounds like Matt LaFleur might be out on Love, which is crazy. Something I didn't see coming. Pause. So, with that said, though, I still got them going 10-7, and my hot take is they're going to win the NFC North.
I don't know about that one. I think the Packers will be good this year. Obviously, there's a lot of questions surrounding Jordan Love, so I'm going to treat this as he's going to be the starter for the entire year. I think the Packers, they show promise. Their wide receiver core is kind of, I wouldn't say
Yep.
but they definitely have depth in that position. I'm curious to see how good the Matthew Golden kid is for the Packers and how they play him. Are they going to kind of have him as one of their top premier wide receivers, or is he going to fall a little bit in the depth chart just because you kind of never know with rookies and how coaches kind of want to plug them in? But I kind of agree with you, Ragu. I think this team is a 10-7 team. I don't think they're going to win the division. I just think that's how much faith I have in the Lions this year. But I do think they'll still be a playoff team this year as well. So, I'm not I like Jordan Love. I don't think they should go away from him, in my opinion. Not saying that he's just this great quarterback, but I think he's good enough to stick around. I don't think if I'm either team, I don't swap quarterbacks, the Cowboys or the Packers. I feel like they will still be in the same similar situations if you do that. So
true. One with just a lot less money to pay. So.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mr. Adrian.
I think the Packers are a bit overrated. That's just my opinion. I think Jordan Love is a decent quarterback, but I think he doesn't have the weapons as Jared Goff does on offense. Like Jared Goff's got two good running backs behind him, a couple good receivers. I don't think the Packers offense is that special. That's why I think they'll just concede the division, just lose the division to the Lions. So I still think Packers will make the playoffs 10-7.
10-7. Good take. 10-7. All y'all 10-7?
I believe so.
Not me. Nobody. No. I've got Green Bay clearing 12-7, tied with Detroit, but wins the division, man. I believe in the Packers. I think they're a top 10 offense and they have a top 10 defense. If these rumors are true about Micah Parsons being in the mix of a trade and they push hard to get him paused, that is going to be an elite defense with Edgerrin Cooper over there. So I believe in this young quarterback. I believe in Jay Love. If he could stay healthy, I know he had some hiccups with the injury last year, but they still was able to win some games. So it's not a difference maker with him going out the game like that. They won with my man Malik, whatever his last name.
Malik
Yeah. So I think Jordan Love could really be a good
Willis.
elite quarterback. I don't care, right? Who cares? I just know that they won with Malik. You know what I'm saying? So I feel
That's
like
my man.
this is a good elite coaching staff as well. Me and you talked about Matt LaFleur the other day. So I think this is going to be a hot take, Ragu. I think Green Bay can win the division. People sleep on Josh Jacobs. And
They
the
do.
coaching staff is, like I said, the coaching staff is great. And this could be Philly's biggest competition in the NFC. Call it a hot take, but I believe in Green Bay this year. I think they could go 12-5 and still win the division.
Wow. I got to win the division, just not as many games. So, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I feel if he could just stay healthy. I know, like I said, he got injured first game against the Eagles last year. And mind y'all, they were only 4 points away from winning against the Eagles. So, just saying. I'm just saying, y'all. I know we're gonna save the West for last for my guy, so I'm gonna do us a favor and go to the North. The
Appreciate
AFC
it.
North, the AFC North, y'all. But we're gonna start with the Clowns. the Browns. So,
You said the Clowns. I thought you were talking about the Steelers for a second. Oh, my bad. I'm glad you said. I'm glad you corrected
yeah, all right.
talking about the team.
So let's mute this fool for just saying what he just said. Browns. Who wants to Browns? Who wants to? Hey, what they saying? Minister Society Ragu. You know that gets no play up in this ride. That just
Right.
All right, Cleveland. What's up, y'all? Talk to me. What's going on with Cleveland?
I would like to start this one off.
Sure.
First off, Joe Flacco being the starter, I always kind of felt like that was the case. I know they always say QB competition, but let's be real. I feel like everybody who has sense knew that there was no way Flacco was not going to be the starter that year or this year. I think the Browns, they're very, very lackluster. I think that organization is just waiting to see what the future at quarterback is holding. They're not necessarily just too focused on this year. With that being said, they will be the worst team in that division this year, in my opinion. I'll give them a generous 6-11 on the year. Obviously, we're trying to see what's going on with the running back situation. They have some kid named Quinshon Judkins who apparently just beat whatever case. So I don't know.
Oh, he beat it? Okay.
Apparently so, but the NFL still hasn't cleared.
No, Ragu, don't fall for that. No, Ragu, hold on. I'm gonna tell you something about Judkins here. I'm gonna interrupt him real quick. He's a hater because a Judkins went to Mississippi.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I noticed.
and this is why this clown over here is saying what he's saying. So,
That's why he hit him with the some guy.
Yeah, that's why he hit him with. So every time you hear Jay Will say some guy, Adrian, you're gonna learn when you watch this fool. If he hits him with some guy, that means some hate is gonna be attached to that. So go ahead, guy.
I'm saying is, he had to go to Ohio State to win the championship. That's crazy. Carry the joke. But anyways, to stay on topic, it's going to be interesting. Even while we're on topic of that Browns running back group is really, really interesting right now because I don't think they have Nick Chubbs anymore.
They don't. He plays for the Texans.
Yeah, that's what I said earlier.
He did sign for the Texans. I forgot about that. Jerome Ford is still in Cleveland, correct? Is he?
As far as I know.
So right now, I know it's him, Judkins, and Dylan, the kid from Tennessee. I think his name's like Dylan Simpson or something like that.
Simpson.
That group right there could either be really promising or really terrible. And right now with Judkins, he hasn't even signed his rookie deal yet because of all the controversy surrounding his name. We have to see what happens there. But like I said, the Browns, I probably spent too much time talking about them. They won't be anything good this year.
I'll
Um,
go.
okay,
Sorry,
go ahead. No, you good?
I think the Browns are in probably one of the hardest divisions. I think the Bengals, Steelers, and the Bengals, Steelers, and what Ravens. I think they'll all make the playoffs. And I think the Browns have really struggled this year, especially on. I think their defense is all right. Miles Garrett, he's a beast. I think their defense is all right, but their offense is going to really struggle. Yeah, I think Joe Flacco is a bit washed up for me now. So I think they're really going to struggle on offense. So I'm going to give them 4-13.
Ooh.
Uh, they, you know, Miles is one of my favorite players in the league. They have a pretty decent defense, honestly.
Yeah.
They do.
But the offense is just so we don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's just so well. Joe Flacco is the quarterback. That's enough said right there. And the division is tough. So it's a tough division to be in while you're trying to figure stuff out, right? And like Adrian said, the other three teams got a good chance of all going to the offs. So somebody got to be the bitch in the division, first of all. And then, you're not very good, so you're not going to win very many games outside the division. But just because of Mr. Infinity Stones himself, 95, he's worth 4 wins in a professional football season. So 4-13 is what I got for Cleveland as well.
I've been looking at predictions for about 3 weeks now. I've been seeing 2 wins. I've been seeing 4. I've been seeing 6. 75% has shown 7 wins. Even one guy said this could possibly be the number 1 draft pick. Me and my guy talked about this today because we both know Caleb Downs, that he could possibly go to the Browns and help the defense out. But I'm gonna be realistic here. This team has played tough. I see them 2 times a year. Ever since Ben left, they have split with us. I don't like Cleveland. I don't like their fan base. Their fan base is obnoxious, more obnoxious than the Cowboys. They're atrocious. They're disgusting. The way they cheered for a guy being injured, I cannot stand them with the passion. So, with that being said, Cleveland, in my opinion, might surprise some people with 10 wins. I love the defense, Ragu. Miles, what's the boy Mason Graham? I love Mason Graham too. Mason Graham is a good defensive tackle, man.
That's right. That's
And
right.
like the hater down there pointed out with the running back room. But here's the thing with Shador, Ragu. I think I said this to you. If this kid stays healthy and with the organization behind him, he's gonna have a hell of a career. Don't let him be the starting line.
But does the organization get behind him?
That's the question. Look what you have. Is you really gonna put your trust into a 5'10" guy? A stinker who you seen over the past 3 years in Kenny Pickett? A guy from the couch. I don't know why he's the starting quarterback. He's gonna get popped too. Everybody's worried about Rodgers. That guy can get popped too in a division like that. So I can see Shador in the mix somewhere in about week 5 or 6. So yeah, hot take Marv. Cleveland could surprise people. I'm gonna give them 10 wins.
Huh. That defense is tough.
The defense is tough, Raccoon. The defense is tough. And yeah, like I said before, I despise the team. I despise their fan base. But I think a tough game they can keep up and could probably win. And like I said before, if the organization gets behind this kid, I think the world could be in the world of hurt for him. So, like I said, I think he can have a hell of a career if he stays healthy and the right team organization gets behind him. So, yeah. I have another team that could be the bitch, and I'm gonna go to them right now. Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals should have been in the offs last year. We all know what Kansas City did. But missing out on wasn't.
But
no,
hold
it's
on
part
though.
of the game. It's part of the game. I get
it. They didn't make them lose the games they
That's
lost.
true. That's
right?
true. And we all talked about this too, Ragu. They are terrible in September.
Because they one of them teams that don't take training camp serious, you could tell.
Which is dumb as hell. You got a high power offense. You spent over damn near $300 million in offense. So, like I said before,
Philly does it, but they're not as good as Philly.
I know. But
you
like you said too, Ragu, they did it to themselves. And with
Mm-hmm.
the defense at risk of being every bit as bad this season, they just might do it again and miss the offs. So here's the bitch of the division. Cincinnati 8-9. They could be in shootouts. And we learned this with Ravens and we learned this with all the other games this year. You can keep shooting out with these guys, but you're gonna end up getting shot at the end. And that's my take with the Bengals. You could do all this shooting, but you're the one that's gonna get shot and be laid on the ground. So 8 wins for the Bengals.
Marv, I know you wanted to speak, Ragu, but Marv, I hate
that you
said this because I felt like this was going to be my hottest take in this entire podcast episode. And you saying that makes my take not so hot anymore because I agree with you. I think that last year, and I had to look up the stat because I had to make sure it was true.
Yeah.
Last year, the Bengals defense set an NFL record for the most losses with 25 points allowed, 33 points allowed, and 38 points allowed in a season, with their 27.8 points per games and losses being the most all time.
Mm-hmm.
And have they done anything for that defense to get better?
No.
Shamar Stewart, I've already gave my thoughts on him. I'm not really huge on the guy. I don't even know what's going on with the trade situation. I don't know if he's playing this year. I don't know if he gets traded. But as of right now, it's looking like he gets traded.
Yeah.
I think that this defense, once again, will be historically bad, worse than last year. And that defense was already as bad as it is.
Yes.
You can get us some shootouts, and Joe Burrow may be able to get you some games. But honestly, this team looks like 6-11 because their defense, to me, is extremely bad.
Wow.
Not a positive thing to say about this defense at all.
Wow. Okay, I'll jump in. You posed the question, did they do anything for the defense? Not only did they not do anything for the defense, one could argue that they lost a little bit of the little they lowballing Trey, right? He not at practice.
Your best linebacker went to the Raiders.
Jermaine Pratt went to us. He was the lead tackler on the team.
Exactly.
So not only did they not get better on defense, they might have got worse. So Jay Will is right, like as usual, right? And then, some might say he's the best, but he's definitely top 3 quarterbacks in football. We're not going to deny that. And then they got some good firepower around them, and Higgins and Chase and Gesicki and these guys. So that's going to be worth some games. And it's going to be some shootouts. It's going to be some good games.
Yeah.
But they're not going to be able to stop anybody.
No.
So,
No way.
I still think they're good enough though to come on in at I want to give them 9-8. I'm gonna go that. I'm gonna say that they'll win 9 games. They'll squeak out 9 games. In a tough division too. So as we keep going through it. And Cincy was the only team that I didn't have written down already.
They're the only team in that division, I think, that doesn't have a defense too.
So they choose to go about it a different way while the rest of the division chose the D up first.
Crazy.
We'll see. We'll see.
What you got, Adrian?
Yeah, I think the Bengals, like you guys already said, terrible defense, amazing offense. A lot of their games are going to be shootouts. Is that sustainable? I'm not sure. But I see him just making the playoffs at 10-7. I think Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, that offense can score 30 points on anyone. So I think that's what will get them into the playoffs. 10-7 for me.
That is true.
Yeah, that's true.
They can give anybody 30.
Mm-hmm.
They can also give up 30 to anybody.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I said ask the Ravens about them two exciting games that they had this year. But once again, they just end up getting shot at the end. You like I said, you could do all this shooting, but just don't get shot at the end. You know what I'm saying? That's what they do. That's what Cincinnati does.
Yeah, and it's crazy because they could really have one of the best offense this year too. You know, I mean, they bringing back Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Higgins. So I mean,
yeah,
but like I said, in a league where the NFL is kind of ran by, you have to have a decent defense to even be, necessarily good for most part. This ain't college football. You can't just put Jamar, can't put all these LSU guys on offense on one team and ignore the defense like they did on that 2019 LSU team and just expect them to win all these shootouts and things like that. This the NFL. You can't do that. You got to make sure that you got to have pieces on that defense, and I don't think they have one piece at all. Like
isn't that defensive end? Is it TJ? I forgot his last name. Isn't he on the move? He wants out or something.
Yeah, Trey Hickerson. Yep.
Yeah. So if they lose him, they're in big trouble.
Over with.
Just wasting Joe Burrow's prime, but that's over.
I know. Yeah. All right. The division winners. Another playoff disappointment won't get me to back off these guys. It should only make them hungrier this year. And they made some key additions to the already strong defense. But I got the Ravens winning the division with 12 wins. The additions that they made, especially in the draft, I like Derrick Henry. He's on the mission this year as well. He says, I want to get a Saquon year as well. I think he has another 2K. He's already hit over 10K his career. I think he wants to be a top 10 running back. So with him speaking and doing what he do, I could see Derrick Henry on the mission this year as well. Getting maybe 1,400 plus. Me and Ragu talked about him as well. Solid running back, has always never been disappointing. Somebody, I think my uncle and I was talking that they lost offensive lineman, and I said this last year too, Ragu, that the Ravens have lost some linemen, but still made it work.
It's the program.
It's that program, man. I just noticed that. I was like, I said the same thing last year too, that they lost some linemen, especially the tackles. And this year, I think they lost the guards and another tackle. But I'm like, they are good at drafting and bringing the second guys in that can replace these guys.
And coaching that shit up.
Once again, shout out to Harbaugh, man.
So not only is it scheme cool, but it's development.
Development, man.
Right? Within the scheme.
Yes.
No question they do. They plug and play, it seems like. To where you don't even realize that they losing line.
Exactly, bro.
Right? I feel you. Yeah.
All right.
Well, everybody knows, this is my guy. And the window is the window, man. And they have a tremendous roster.
Yeah.
I think maybe, we talked about Atlanta. You look at these guys' roster on paper, and you're like, whoa, like they got all them dudes.
Exactly.
So, 11-6, but a little bit tougher competition,
Yeah.
So still gonna win the division, but at 11-6, Those games are always close. I like watching. Only other division I really enjoy watching is this one. The way they get after it.
Yeah.
All the hard hitting, the defense, the good offensive play, the usually good quarterback play in this division. So, 11-6, they'll win the division again. Lamar, may or may not win the MVP. You know how it go. You know how he do. So
I feel like the Ravens. Honestly, you know what? The same way I feel about the Bills is kind of similar about the Ravens. Although I'm not going to give the Ravens such a high record, I do think 12 wins is right for them because let's be honest, we all know the Ravens are going to be good this year. I mean, they have the talent, they have the coaching staff. It's just about the postseason for them to me.
Yeah.
But
yes.
I agree. Lamar Jackson could have another MVP caliber year. They have the running game. The offense looks like it's going to be fine. The defense looks like it's going to be good again. I mean, not to just waste time, not waste any more time on it. The Ravens are legit. They are playoff contenders. They will win that division. And they're title contenders, and I know what the narrative about, they're always messing it up. I don't go by narratives like that.
No.
If they look like a title contender on paper and when they actually play, that's what they are. I mean, they were literally one catch away from, potentially making the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Yeah, I think the Ravens will just win the division. I'm going 11-6. They probably got one of the best running game in the NFL in Henry. He's a beast. Like, he's so hard to tackle down. And Lamar Jackson can throw it and scramble. So, not much said. I think they're going to win the division. And like you said, can they prove themselves in the playoffs? That's the big question. But I got them 11-6 winning the AFC North.
And shout out to D Hop too, man, who could probably help them improve D Hop and Zay Flowers. So
I was gonna mention him. Yeah.
You have two receivers now. No excuses now. Come on. Make it happen, man. All righty,
Tight
y'all.
end is there. Running back
Andrews is there. You have the offense too. So that's what I'm saying. Plus additions to the defense, like you
lobby for your boy Jair. He's over there now on defense.
But the thing with him that
I don't know if he lobby for him or not. But
yeah, that's what I'm saying. If he can stay healthy, man.
Well, yeah. He's only played, what did I say?
I think
14
only 20
of the last 34 games.
Not good.
For Jair.
Not good. Hey, Green Bay
did 20 games, my guy.
Yeah, Green Bay, they knew what they was doing. All right.
We'll see.
My guys, since I was 6 years old, had some heartbreaks. I seen them lose to, and I also seen them win to. So, this is it. Mike's Tomlin's incredible 18-year run without a losing season depends on a 41-year-old Aaron Rodgers, a guy who my guy Raider Rack, who has witnessed me say could possibly be a system quarterback. As a
he did say that.
We are in win now approach. I've loved what we've done with the defense. I love Jack Sawyer. We signed TJ Watt. Everybody's coming back on defense. We got big play Slay, Ramsey, good cornerbacks. We got good cornerbacks now. So our defense, I feel like, can rewrite history. But there's a real chance that this could absolutely go nowhere. Steelers got a good two-headed monster. DK's over there now. We got a good top 10 tight end in Pat. But I am nervous, y'all. I am very nervous. I don't know what to say. And I think I spoke to Ragu and Jay Will about this earlier this year. I never knew. This is the first year I didn't know what was going on. I didn't even know DK was on our radar until somebody, my man Tanner, shout out to him, texted me saying we got DK. So, with that being said, I'm going to play y'all game. Fuck all that. 11 wins. Fuck the fear. We got this. And win one game in the playoffs. I don't know about the other, but we gonna get
No, Marv,
Oh,
I
shut up,
can.
J-Will. All right, no,
I,
hold
I
on. Shut up, J-Will. Go, fuck that professional. Go ahead, Ragu.
So I might be kind of tripping because I started doing notes on this
Yeah.
right after I heard Coach Tomlin on the pivot. So,
Yeah.
he gets me fired up, bro.
It's like you ready
he
for the
did.
season when he
No,
talks,
he
man.
he
Yeah, I
has me
mean,
ready to go coach up with him or something. So ask him if he needs some help or something. So yeah, he said himself, he's standing on the sideline. DK comes running past on a pattern or something, and he was like, "Oh damn, DK plays for us now." You know what I'm saying? So he's excited to have some weapons.
Yeah.
He knew, as it turns out, they had already talked to Rodgers, so they had Coop and all the Steeler faithful kind of on edge for nothing. They knew what they were going to do all through the draft and all that. They had been hollered at Aaron.
Yeah.
And then they drafted my boy Caleb Johnson from the University of Iowa. So they got a big back to go along with Warren, I believe it is.
Jalen Warren.
And like you said, Fire Move as well. And then the young fast kid you guys got.
Calvin.
Austin.
Calvin Austin.
Yeah. So for Aaron Rodgers, all these weapons. And then it sounds like, and this is Mike's words, I don't know if he got this from watching the Super Bowl, but what they plan to do is man up with Slay and Joey Porter Jr. and Ramsey and dare you to run the ball. Mm-hmm. So they defense, if it stays healthy, man, I want to see it. I want to see them play defense just because of listening to coach. Yeah. They still got TJ Watt. They re-signed him. Highsmith. Everybody's back. So, yeah, man, I had them right where you had them, Coop. 11-6. That division is going to, that showdown. When y'all play Baltimore late, bro, you know what it's going to be for.
Yes.
You know what it's going to be. It's going to be for.
It could be for the playoff spot. Yeah, right.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, it could be for the division.
Yeah, I know, right? Scared.
Yeah, it could be for home field.
Worried. I'm worried.
But even though Bills will probably be wrapping that home field up, but we'll see. You never know how stuff goes, man.
True that, bro.
11-6 though, man. All that I went a little long, but 11-6. And I like their defense, what they did on defense this year.
Yes, Steelers got an amazing defense. I think they're stars all over the defense, all playmakers. And I think they got a good running game, a good physical, tough, hard-nosed team. I think they'll go 10-7. I think it just comes down to Aaron Rodgers.
Yes.
His play. Yeah, can a 41-year-old can he play well? I think it all comes down to Aaron Rodgers because they got the defense, they got the tools around him, and it's just going to be interesting to see how he goes. So, but I got the Steelers 10-7 and just making it into the playoffs.
So, after a long off season, the Steelers decide to go all the way down to a small island in South Africa, and they find Aaron Rodgers drinking ayahuasca and decide that, hey, this is going to be my quarterback for this year. Forget about drafting a quarterback like Shador Sanders that could potentially have us in the future. Let's not do that. Let's go ahead and just draft or just sign the old quarterback who probably has one more year in him, who's, let's be honest, probably has his mind on other things other than football right now.
Oh, is he wrong though, Ragu? That's the crazy part.
Great. I have no issues with the Steelers defense, but I feel like the quarterback situation is going to be the reason why the Steelers finished under 500 for the first time under Mike Tomlin. And it sucks because, even if Aaron Rodgers doesn't work out, you basically got Ryan Mallett at backup, and that's not going to work either.
Shut up! Don't disrespect Mallett.
Ryan
Rest in peace.
Mallett, Ryan
Come on,
Mallett.
man. Rest up.
The
Rest up to
Steelers-
Ryan, man. Come
Yeah,
on. Don't
rest
disrespect
in
the
peace
Ryan.
to
Rest
Ryan
in peace,
Mallett.
man.
But
Come
it
on.
ain't
Don't do
going to
that.
be.
Don't do that. Don't
The
do
Steelers are
that.
going 8-9 this year.
8-9.
It's going to be the year that Mike Tomlin goes under 500. I don't think he should necessarily be fired or anything like that. I'm not one of those people who hates Mike Tomlin because let's be honest, he's turned rosters that shouldn't have gone over 500 to somehow pulling them to the playoffs, and I think he deserves a lot of credit for that. But
Yeah.
I think this is going to be the year that it kind of crumbles under him. I don't think he'll do this year.
He said the Islands Ragu.
Man, I didn't know where he was going with
Me
that.
neither.
Man.
Hey, I was gonna say he went to the dark room and
He said that they found Aaron Rodgers.
Drinking.
Oh my god,
Ayahuasca.
That's crazy. I'm sorry.
ayahuasca.
Ayahuasca. Though. Oh, why you
Oh,
disrespect
man,
Mallett?
that
Oh,
was-
rest in peace, Ryan. Man, don't do that.
Can I
Why you
even
do that? He said Ryan Mallett. Who's
Can you
Mallett?
recover?
Who's Ryan Mallett
Recover from
supposed
this.
to be? You call it Will Howard, Ryan?
Oh yeah, 100%. Like I said, rest in peace. No disrespect towards him, but that's who.
That's disrespectful. Yes, it is.
That's who
He was on fire with the take.
Yes, he was.
Who was it disrespectful to, Howard or Ryan Mallett?
That I feel
for you to decide.
Well,
Ryan
Howard won a
Mallett.
national championship.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. And Ryan Mallett was the man in Hawaii. What are you saying? What are you talking about?
But in all seriousnness, I do think the Steelers defense will be the reason why they are competitive. I don't think it's going to be like, oh, they're getting blown out the water or they're not competing. I just really have no faith in that quarterback room. I've never been big on DK as well. I always feel like he is
No, you did tell me that before.
Yeah, like, and I love him. He came from Ole Miss, but he's always been the type of wide receiver where he can exploit certain cornerbacks, but certain cornerbacks can also exploit him. He can go from like having a 100-yard game to literally being locked down for like a catch with 8 yards. It just always depends on the matchup and certain cornerbacks. But I'm just not a big believer in this offense to make me feel like this is a playoff caliber team, honestly.
I'll hear you, hater. I appreciate that, honestly. But like you said, I can't wait till we come back to this. We move on from the North. The West is time. Like I said, we're going to say the AFC for last for my guy. So NFC West, we have, let's start with the Seahawks. What they doing, y'all? I'll start.
Man, so
go ahead.
go ahead.
Oh, got you. I'm not going to spend too much time on the Ragu. Seattle's defense should be even better in year 2 under Mike McDonald. Can the offense do enough to match it, though? That's the real question. I'm kind of not convinced Sam Darnold will be the same kind of player outside of Minnesota. You got Cooper Kupp over there. You got JSN. You got Kenneth Walker III. But can he really bring that talent to what he did in Minnesota? He doesn't have the offensive core no more. Can he still be that talented? You know what I mean? That's the real question, in my opinion. Can the offense really match with the defense? I have a faith in their defense, but can they really keep up? That's the real question. With that being said, Raku, I'm going to pick 8 and 9. Because I think they're going to be like, damn, we should have kept Geno. You might hear that one time this season. So, Sammy, I was rooting for you to get your money. I'm glad you got your money. You had the talent, but you're probably going to hear that one time.
I'm happy for Sammy, and
Yeah.
I'm happy for us. You know what I'm
True
saying?
that. Yeah. True that.
Yeah. And you done, Coach?
Yes, sir. I'm done.
So I was kind of down on these guys.
Yeah.
And I feel like I was right, but also let me say this: that the Raiders played Seattle in the preseason, and it seemed like they had a game plan, bro, and was running like scheme against, like, to me, that's signs of you are not secure in your position with ownership, so you want to come out and win preseason games. Or you're just insecure with your coaching and don't really You know what I'm saying? Coaches don't care about scheming up for no. You know, these dudes was out here running. It just looked like they had a game plan. It wasn't
Yeah.
how teams usually, come out, get their starters in there, and it was like they had a game plan there. And I just took note of that. So that makes me think that they're not very good. Like they haven't been practiced. It hasn't looked good. I don't think.
Oh, okay.
Offense, they do have weapons though.
Yeah.
JSN, Cup.
Mm-hmm.
Cup, although I question, does he still have the juice?
Yes.
The tight end is not impressive to me. Walker, while impressive, has been dinged up.
Yes, yes.
So then that turns to their defense, and it's kind of, besides the DBs, it's kind of no-namey.
It is.
Right? It's no like, oh yeah, they got, such and such. So all of that, man, I had 7-10 to start. I went 5-12 as low as. I would love to go 7 wins or 8 wins, but it just feels too many wins for me.
Yeah.
For them. I would say 6, man, 6-11 for Seattle. Yep.
Seattle to me is a very interesting team. And I kind of like how you broke that down, Ragu. It's just a lot of question marks that we're kind of like waiting to see will they be answered or not. Sam Darnold being one of them. He was really good in Minnesota, but can he prove that it wasn't just a fluke year and that he can kind of continue his success, or will he be the same Sam Darnold that we saw earlier in his career, which I don't think he will be. But I don't think Cooper Kupp. Not he won't be the same Cooper Kupp. Don't get me wrong. I still think he will be effective. But that offense to me is just kind of weary. I don't have faith in that offensive line. That's kind of been the Seattle's like kryptonite. Like even watching Geno Smith in that pocket, Geno Smith to me was really, really good last year. But I feel like the main takeaway from his game was that at certain times he didn't even have time in the pocket to do anything, and he would still be able to put up big numbers. And I feel like that may be hard to replace in a guy like Sam Darnold, who kind of plays differently, who kind of relies on that,
having more time.
Yeah. So I don't know if that's going to work offensively for them. Do I think they're going to be like, bottom of the barrel bad? No, but I also don't have faith in them being a playoff team or just being extremely competitive. So with that being said, I'm leaning towards more so 6-11 to them.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you guys. I think Seattle's defense is good. That's what's going to make them competitive and keep in a lot of games. But their offense, I'm not sure Sam Darnold is an upgrade on Geno Smith. Like Geno Smith is, I think Geno Smith is an underrated quarterback. Yeah. He can scramble. He can get out of he can scramble. He can run. He's a decent passer. So I just don't see Seattle putting a lot of points up on the board this season. I know Cooper Kupp, is he a bit washed now? I'm not sure, but I see the Seattle Seahawks going 6-11.
Cool. Consensus? What we got?
No, y'all had 6. I kind of had like 7.
Okay.
Yeah, 7 or 8. That 8 and 9 type of deal.
Okay.
Stealing the game here and there, but not yeah. Offense is, like I said, it looks like a little bit of a struggle over there. Could be wrong. Sam could watch this and be like, all right, I'm gonna prove to y'all. I got y'all. Y'all doubted me last year.
We know they watch.
Yeah, they watch. Like my man always say, from burners.
They follow from burner.
Okay. Got you. Let's hurry this up here. 49ers, y'all. I'm gonna just keep this quick. 49ers are potentially concerns for me. They lost a ton of talent on defense. The offensive line look like it's a problem. Ayuk likely won't be ready for the start of the season. But their schedule seems incredibly favorable for Kyle Shanahan's team. So I'm gonna pick 10 wins for the 49ers.
I feel
Okay.
my fault. Go ahead, Ragu.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, Jacob.
So looking at the 49ers this year, they lost a lot in free agency. Do I think they'll still be competitive? Yes, 100%. But let's be honest, I don't think this is the title contending 49ers that we've known to be for the past few years. They've just lost that much defensively to me. CMC, he is a guy who he's been banged up so much in his career,
Yeah.
and I think he's like what 27, 28-ish. He's getting to that point where, running backs start to age a little more. And like, when you have all these injuries to your body, it's hard for him to be effective. I don't know if they'll be able to use him that same way in the offense, especially coming from an injury where I didn't even know he'll be able to play football again. Like it was that bad at certain time periods. And like when you start getting that arthritis feeling in your leg, kind of like Todd Gurley had, it takes away a lot as a running back. I think Purdy will still be good. I think the offense will be manageable. I'm thinking more so 9-8. I'm struggling to give them that 10-win edge.
So they have lost a lot. Like me and Coop talked about, the young kid Pearsall is kind of nice though.
Yeah.
And I do believe in him. And while he's going to have to carry the heavy load a little bit, falls while the guys get healthy. I think with this experienced staff, because Robert Saleh came back to be the defensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
So with this hella experienced staff, I think they can joystick this team. Purdy still looks good. Purdy looks ready to go. Purdy got his money. Purdy looks sharp. I ain't gonna lie. I think they can scratch out 10 wins, 10-7 for San Francisco, in my opinion.
Sir.
I think the 49ers will personally, I think they'll bounce back this season with a couple more wins than last season. Brock Purdy's a very efficient quarterback. He's nothing like spectacular to watch, but he does the job.
Yeah.
They got Fred. Is Fred Warner? I think he's one of the best linebackers in the league. Fred Warner. He is a beast. So as long as they keep him fit and CMC fit, I think they got a chance to push for 10 wins. But I'm going to go 49ers 9-8.
9-8. Yeah. Consensus here. I think I picked 10. Like I said, just because of who they can do on defense.
I think we said 2 10-7s and 2 9-8s on that one.
Okay. Not bad. Not bad at all. The Rams is interesting, y'all. This one feels a little risky, especially like with Matt Stafford working through this preseason back injury he has. It concerns me a little bit with the season, especially if it's a disc problem too. But I'm going to trust that he'll just be fine for week 1, especially with the adding of my man Devontae Adams alongside Puka Nacua. Could give the Rams a Super Bowl caliber offense, though. The defenses worries me a little bit. I like Kyron Williams as the running back. Blake Corum could show some promising flashes in the offense as well. So with 2 running backs over there, Adams and Nacua, no questions right there. As our man, Jared Verse, Mr. Donald 2.0, in my opinion. Like I said before, I don't care what other people say. I don't listen to what they say. My opinion, me and Ragu watched this guy. He's a definitely damn good ball player.
He's worth the price of admission.
Exactly.
He's one of them kind of guys. Yeah.
Amen to that, bro. So with that being said, Ragu, I'm gonna say the Rams could win 11-6. They're not the dark horse no more. They could keep up in the NFC now. So yeah. Devontae could be a big help with that offense.
So I'll go. The Stafford injury is concerning.
Very concerning.
But I don't want to do this prediction show thinking that he's not going to play. We're going to treat it like Stafford is going to play.
Yeah.
Right? Now, we know that he ain't practiced. Sean's teams they're another group that doesn't come out the blocks hot. They kind of treat the the first 4 games as the preseason too.
Mhm.
They don't work hard like that in camp, but they do a lot of teaching in camp. They do a lot of classroom work in camp, and then they do a lot of getting in shape and all that in the first few games of the season. And we know Stafford ain't been there, so of course he's going to need the first couple games.
Mhm.
So they gonna start slow, and then I got them hitting a stride, bro, where you really don't want to play these guys with the addition of Adams now to put with Kyron and Puka and these guys that you just mentioned.
Yeah.
So because of the slow start, I'm gonna give them 11-6 as well. But let's not forget, these guys got the ball back with about 3 minutes left against Philly, down 4.
And let me address that too, Blackpool.
In the playoffs.
I'm sorry, Jay Will and Adrian. I wanted to say this. I wanted to address another comment that was made on another show. I usually don't do this no more, but I'm gonna just say this. To any idiotic person who calls a garbage time touchdown in the playoffs, you don't deserve to watch any football. And I'm just gonna stick with that. I'm done. There is no such thing as a garbage time football in the playoffs. And you're idiotic for saying it. And I'm not gonna say it. So
right about that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put that on camera.
Coop, I think you said it perfectly. The Rams are not sleepers anymore.
Yeah.
I feel like if you paid attention to football, it was even hard to kind of sleep on a team like the Rams, because didn't they beat the Eagles, like you said, last year? Or what did they do?
Saquon came out here and ran for 255. And then in the playoffs, they went there.
They went there.
Mm-hmm.
And
with
lost
striking
by like 6
distance
points.
of winning.
Yeah, they lost by like 6
They
points.
had the fans.
Mm-hmm.
It was quiet in Lincoln Stadium or whatever.
Yeah, it was.
It was quiet, man. They had the whole fan base shook for a minute there.
Yeah, I think the Rams are still a solid team. I'm gonna give them 12 wins instead of 11. I think they go 12-5. I just think they're so perfectly sound. I feel like they don't necessarily have an extremely big weakness besides the Matt Stafford situation.
Yeah.
So I'm taking this as if Matt Stafford.
That's the scary thing, right? That's me too, Jay Will. Yeah.
To be honest with you, I cannot remember their backup as of right now.
Garoppolo.
It's Jimmy G.
Yeah. Jimmy G.
Well, maybe he can show that early flash of Jimmy G when he won like this, first like 7-8 games, if you remember that era. But in all seriousness, I think the Rams will be fine. Stafford, I really hope you're healthy, because he also had a thumb situation last offseason too, which I don't know if he's perfectly been fine from that, but he is starting to get to that point where he may start kind of crumble, due to that age and injury.
Yeah, man.
Than that, they should be fine. I think they'll still win 12 games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know this is going to be boring to say, but I'm going with the Rams to win the NFC West. I think they got a great offense. Adams, Williams, running back, Kua, star-studded on offense. I think the defense have got Burst. That Burst guy, he's a beast.
Yeah, he's worth the price of admission.
Yes.
Yeah, I think they're a solid team all around. I think my opinion, I think they're a bit of a dark horse again. It just comes down to Stafford. If he's, like you said, you made a very good point. Like, he's coming to that age. He's getting pretty old now, like 36, 37. Can he still be, is he still an elite quarterback? So if he plays well, and I think the Rams can go deep into the postseason.
Rams.
Well, so you said 12 with a win in the division?
11-6.
Oh, 11-6.
Winning the NFC West.
Gotcha. The Cardinals here. I get some excited about the Cardinals here, especially with Marvin Harrison Jr. being over there. They're definitely heading in the right direction. They extended Buda Baker, but I'm not gonna lie, like I told Ragu before, I feel like all the West is gonna be competition this year, NFC West and NFC West. So Kyler Murray, at one point, like maybe week 5, he was in MVP talks. Then he just kind of crumbled. He kind of being inconsistent. So it's some question marks with him. I feel like he should be fine. Maybe take some of this criticism and play better. Keep the consistent going. Because, like I said, at one point we were saying you were a top quarterback at one point. You
Yeah.
have the good receivers. I think the defense beefed up with Sweat and Buda Baker being signed, and you got some good key additions over there. James kind of gonna do what he do, probably hit 1,000. But like Jake Will said earlier, it's not that impressive to me anymore, especially in a strong division like the NFC West. But so here's what I'm gonna do: Cardinals. I'm gonna give them 7 wins. 7 wins. I just, like you said, I see the play. He's gonna play good, then all of a sudden, boom, it's gonna be inconsistent once again. I know.
I thought you were struggling with 500, but yeah,
I
he said
Yeah.
But okay, let me chime in. They improved, right?
Yeah.
They I think they signed McBride, gave McBride a little bread, made him happy. We expect Marvin Harrison Jr. to be better in year 2. Kyler started off. This team comes out the blocks. So contrary to the Rams and the Bengals teams, and perhaps even Philly, this team comes out the blocks usually. They're one of the teams that's always got a good record at the beginning of the season, if you guys follow that. And then, like Coop said, something happens. And if it's, I got to mention this, Coop.
Yeah.
If it's what Tyrell says, it's because of the dropping of the Call of Duty video game, and Kyler starts to play video games about week 7 or whatever it is.
Which has nothing to do with football, but yeah.
I'm not supporting that, but that's what my man Tyrell says. Anyway, but something does happen. We can't deny that they start off good and then they usually just fall off a cliff.
Yeah.
With all that said, they're gonna do the same thing. And finish 7-10. I got the same record as Coop. The last 4 teams, me and Coop had the same record. But yeah, 7-10 Cardinals.
Yeah.
The Cardinals for me, I think kind of similar, but I'm kind of hesitant to know if Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to make that next step this year. To me, watching him the first year, he seems more so like I don't want to say a project, but it's going to take some time for him to develop into to be a complete receiver. I know that he had a little on-field chemistry issues with Kyler Murray because of targets and things of that nature. I think the potential is there for him to be an actual problem in the league, but I think it's going to take some time for him to reach that level. Kyler is okay. I don't really like talking about Kyler because it kind of just feels like a repeated cycle of where, he does just enough to make sure that he's not getting replaced for the upcoming year. He just does just enough. I do think the Cardinals getting Will Johnson this offseason in the draft, that could be a huge pickup if he is healthy. I know they had some injury concerns getting him. But for me, you got him in the 2nd round, somebody you really could not pass up on. That's a great pickup.
That is.
He's a guy who I thought coming into the draft, but before all the injury talks, that I thought he was the best defensive player in the draft because he was just such a lockdown cornerback at Michigan. So I'm really stoked to see what he does this year. But once again, I do think the Cardinals go 7-10. I think they're growing, but it's a very, very slow growth, if that makes sense. I know what you're about to
No, I was just thinking more, but my bad.
Go ahead, Adrian. I'm sorry.
7-10.
The Arizona Cardinals. Kyler Murray, I watched him play against the Dolphins last season, and he roasted us. He played really well. And there's some games that he just doesn't do anything. He's just a really weird, inconsistent quarterback. He's like, for me, in my opinion, he's either really good on it or he's just nothing at all. So I think it comes down a lot to him. His quarterback play. I think he's got good weapons around him. Harrison, McBride is a beast of a tight end. He's got a good running back. So it comes down to him, I reckon. I reckon this is a make or break season for him. Kind of like Trevor Lawrence for the Jaguars. So, but I see them. I agree with you guys. I see them finishing middle of like an average season, 7-10.
There we go.
Yeah.
All righty.
That's
Yeah,
what-
that makes sense though. Like I said, I just feel
That's
like
where we see them.
they can be competitive, but like I said, don't win no more than 7. All right. Jay Will, you cool? You gotta go? Or?
I can do a couple more before.
Yeah, we last 4 teams, so
we almost here. We almost here. Yeah.
Yeah,
you
we
know,
almost
let's go.
hit.
We can get through. We can get through.
All right,
Let's go.
bet. All right, Ragu, AFC West. Let's start with your boys, the Donkeys. Excuse me, Denver Broncos, y'all. So those of us who aren't quite swept up in the Bo Mix hype will awfully be tempted to go with the under here and the under wins. This is still tough though to imagine Denver won't be at least like last year's 10 wins, especially with Sean Payton. What the additions, what they did with the defense this year, I'm definitely impressed with the draft and the free agents of what they did, the defense. So with that being said, with the ecosystem for this young quarterback and this defense could be terrifying. I'm going to stick with the 9 wins. I was going to say 10. PS2 had a good year, but not a good defensive player of the year. But, me and Ragu have talked about that, but I'm not going to get in on
Tell me about it. Yeah.
I'm going to stick with 9. Peyton and Donkeys go 9 wins.
I'm kind of surprised you feel that way. I like the Broncos this year, and I feel like they got better. I like the addition of getting Evan Ingram. I feel like you got another target for Bo Nix to throw to.
Mm-hmm.
I do think that wide receiver corps is very, very underrated. They have guys who can make plays on that team. The defense got better. They post a lot of teams, especially the 49ers defense in general.
Yeah.
Bo Nix, if he would look great his rookie season, I 100% think he'll step up next season, and I'll be the first to admit that I was wrong about Bo Nix coming into this season. I did not think he was going to be this good. So hats off to him. But I like to acknowledge when I'm wrong about certain quarterbacks, and he's definitely one that I definitely have to tip my hat to. I'll go as far to say, Coop, and this may be a hot take. I could see them winning 12 this year.
That's not a hot take, though. Not a hot take, but it's just the fact that I just don't see it just yet.
Yeah. But I can see 12 on the table for them.
Yeah.
So
I know this is difficult for you.
Don't ever let it be said that I am not a pro. So everything that Jay Will said. So here's what I see. Like as a Raider fan that plays against these guys twice a year. He said the receivers are underrated. They are underrated. They're extremely tall, all of them.
Yes.
I don't think the shortest receiver for them is like 6'2". I'm talking slot, all of them. No, they don't have little receivers. They got Ingram, if I'm not mistaken, he's like 6'7". Then they drafted the running back from Tennessee.
Yes.
What is UCL? The RJ Harvey.
No, Harvey. Oh, yeah, RJ Harvey.
From Central Florida. And then they drafted Jahdae Brown, right? To play corner opposite of
PS2.
Of
Patrick
so
yeah.
The coach kind of, we know what he did with Drew Brees. We know we're not big fans of him, but we know what he did with Drew Brees, and Drew Brees, Hall of Fame quarterback.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah.
I was wrong about Bo Nix too. I downplayed Bo Nix all the way up until they went to the playoffs. I was still trying to say that he wasn't that good or whatever, but him and Peyton, they are what they are together. And I don't want to take too long, But I'm a pro, man, and I got him at 12-5 too, man. I got him at 12-5 too, bro. Please,
The
somebody
Denver
else talk. Thank you.
the Denver Broncos. What do you guys say? Hot take?
Yeah. Hey, take this to Australia with you. Hot take. Tell them that. Tell them that you
A hot take.
Yeah.
I'm going to go hot take. I think Bo Nick's going to have a slump year. And I think they got an amazing defense. Sean Payton is an amazing coach, I think.
Yes.
Because a couple of seasons ago, the Dolphins put 70 points on the Denver Broncos defense. And now the defense is just, they're so good now. So, but there's so many good teams in the AFC. I just can't fit the Denver Broncos into the playoffs. So I think Bo Nix is going to have a bit of a down year. I'm going to go 9-8, Denver Broncos.
2 12s and 2 9s. Yeah, it's understandable.
I think Ragu like hearing that.
Yeah, Ragu love hearing that. He don't want to show it, but he kind of was like, I don't know if y'all peeped the eyes I did. I was like, oh yeah, he loved that shit. I'm trying to tell you. I'm not gonna spend too much time on this.
I'm happy.
Here, y'all. Chiefs won 15 games and went back to the Super Bowl last season. Despite patchwork, receiving corpse dropping, all this and that. Them struggling to win against teams. Some major issues is left at tackle. But I think they much improved, especially with the line. They brought Kelsey back. This is an easy layup. I'm going to say this right here will be 12 wins for the Chiefs.
Yeah.
It's Andy Reid, for Christ's sakes, This is Andy Reid.
Yeah, I don't want to take a lot of time with these guys either. They won 15 games. They won a few that some say they shouldn't have won. They won a couple last minuters. I remember Denver had them and then messed up the field goal there at the end. But yeah, with all that said, I believe the Raiders will. That game in Allegiant Stadium at the end of the season will determine if the Chiefs or the Broncos win the AFC West.
Yeah.
But I want to say 11-6, but I just think Mahomes is a 12-win quarterback, man.
Yeah.
So 12-5 for the Chiefs. Not gonna spend a lot of time.
I'm gonna just keep it short and simple. Chiefs are gonna do their little voodoo powers again, and they're gonna finish with 13 wins this year. Because I agree, there was a lot of games last year where it felt like it came down to one possession, and it felt like something always happened, whether it was a bad missed call or a missed field goal attempt, or a bad late interception in the game. It was always something that went in the Chiefs' favor, and I can't really knock that against them. I mean, you can't really blame them for winning those situations, but it just feel like it's very, very hard to count the Chiefs out, especially when you have Mahomes at quarterback and Andy Reid coaching that team. So yeah, I'm going to go 13 wins with this team, and I think they do win the AFC West.
Yeah, I got the Kansas City Chiefs winning the AFC West once again. I think they got Andy Reid's probably the best coach in the NFL, and Steve, who's the defensive Steve
Spagnuolo.
Yeah, he's
Spagnuolo.
Very good defensive minded, very good defensive head coach. So the Chiefs, they just always, and Patrick Mahomes, they always find a way to win. I don't know how they do it, but they always find a way to win, win. They won a lot of ugly games last season, and so I see more of the same. So I'm going 12-5 for the Chiefs.
Yeah, a lot of those close games, I don't see them getting this year. So that's why I got them at 12-2. They're going to lose
3 12s and a 13 for this guy.
Chargers here. They added several playmakers. Najee Harris went over there, of course. They drafted one of the running backs I was targeting, Hampton, who I feel like could be a starter, alongside a good playmaker, McConkey. I was definitely impressed with him last year. He was one of my fantasy targets. Reunited with Keenan Allen. Justin Herbert, we all know how we feel about him. There's 50% on him that he's good, he's okay, overrated, decent, but he still somehow, some way gets it done. But losing Rashawn Slater hurts. It's gonna hurt that line a little bit. But Los Angeles could still get a double-digit wins here in the year two of the Harbor era. I'm going to go 10 wins for the Chargers. I'm still not impressed. You didn't really do anything to help Khalil Mack on the defense. He's getting older. Didn't add no corners again. Derwin James is always banged up, so didn't do anything to help the defense at all. So I'm gonna go with 10 wins.
The Slater injury was huge.
Yeah.
Pause. They spent a lot of money there at that spot, and for that to not work, that's going to be a big deal for them. But they did get better, I think. Right? We think on paper they got Omarion Hampton, which was definitely a guy that Coop and I were interested in seeing where he was going to go in the draft, what team. And Coop was talking Steeler for him. I remember. Yeah. And then Ladd McConkey another year. But like you said, Bosa left, right, off the defense. Yeah. And they really didn't add anything to the defense.
No, they didn't.
If Khalil Mack were to get injured, then it's really going to get ugly looking for them. And I just feel like this is a year where they lose a couple of them close ones that they won last year.
Oh, yeah.
So I had them at 7 and 10, but I'm going to upgrade them to 8 and 9. I got Chargers falling back down some. 8 and 9 for the Chargers.
Yeah, I know you're saying all these things about the defense, but I think their defense, although I'm not going to say it's good, I think it's serviceable. I think they can kind of get away with it. And I say that because I have very, very high hopes for this offense this year. I think Justin Herbert is a really good quarterback, but in a Jim Harbaugh offense, he loves to use his running backs. And I think Omari Hampton was the best back that he could have gotten. I feel like that was a great pull. Last year they got Joe Alt. I think that was last year. This year they get Hampton.
Yeah, that was last year.
Yeah, Hampton is a great running back and receiving back, and that's what Harbaugh wants in a running back. So he would perfectly fit that team, and he should get a lot of touches because Najee Harris has had some little odd situation going on that he's not wanting to be honest and open about. Yeah. McConkey, I think he's due for a good year. And then they went and got Trey Harris out of Ole Miss, who I think will be more so of a project, but I think he'll still also be really efficient as well. I think this Charger team goes 9 and 8, 10 and 7. I'm gonna lean more so 9 and 8. I think they finish over 500. And if they had like a couple of more pieces on defense, that team could have you could have said they could have competed for the AFC West title, in my opinion, if they had a couple more defensive pieces.
Yeah, I think the Chargers will finish second in the AFC West. I think Harbaugh is a great coach. I think that, like you said, defense is serviceable, and they've got a good running game, and that takes a lot of pressure off Herbert. Like Herbert only threw 3 interceptions last season in 17 games, but then he throws 4 interceptions in the playoff game against the Texans. So I think I rate Herbert. I think he's a really good quarterback. I think he's got a lot of potential. So if he plays well, I think they can sneak into the playoffs with 10 and 7.
Do you want to set this off, my guy, or it's that time? It's that time, or you want us to go first?
I'll set it off. Yeah, man. Love what we did, right, in the draft. Yes. Absolutely. Covered every position that we needed a player at. We did that. Then we end up getting Geno Smith. Loved all of that. Here's the problem. I seen the defense play. We lost a lot of people on defense. Mm-hmm. Pete and Patrick Graham are retooling the defense as we speak, and we lost a lot of guys. And I have not been impressed with the corners on this team. I ain't even gonna lie. And then we traded Ja'Cory Bennett, who ended up getting hurt, which kind of might be why they traded him. But anyway, we traded one of our best corners, if not our best corner, and then it took away from the depth, and the corners already weren't that good. The defensive line is supposed to be the cornerstone of the team, and they really weren't getting home that much in the preseason. So we're going to have to blitz. We're going to have to blitz. That means we're going to have to cover. I don't like that for us, man. The defense has action at being subpar, sub-middle of the road, right? So if they're anywhere around 20th in defense, it's not going to be good. However, though, the offense, man, is completely changed around. The backs are better. The coaching is better. The plays are better. The wide receivers are better. We already got a really good tight end. But we play in the toughest division of football, perhaps, right? And we got to play these guys twice. And then we got some tough home games and tough travel as well as we play at Philly and at Washington. So everything I've said, I love, but it is a new program, and everybody in our division is in the minimum of the second year of their program, with that being the Chargers, right? Mm-hmm. Broncos in the third year, they program. The Chiefs been running with these guys that they got over here. Mm-hmm. So we got a good thing going, but it's the first year of it, and we playing against a bunch of really good guys, man. So, man, I'd love to give us 8 wins, man, but I'm afraid this is a 7-10 Raiders ball club.
Not bad. I think, Ragu, I feel like if I was a Raiders fan, this would probably the most excited I would have been for a season in a little bit, only because of the promise that it shows, that it actually feels like instead of the Raiders kind of just continuously, being that mediocre team, it kind of feels like they're taking a step in the right direction. I like them getting Geno Smith in the offseason and then getting Genty, which kind of could potentially be like a cornerstone piece in your franchise. Hopefully y'all get that old line fixed up to where it's like, he can definitely, be a little bit better. But I watched him in the preseason and he reminded me such of like a smaller, like Marshawn Lynch. Like he was so physical. So I think the potential is there for this team. It all just goes back to, just make sure you draft the right guys, pick up the right guys, and you'll be fine. But for this season, like I said, this is like the first real step in this era. I'm gonna let them go 8-9. I think they'll be promising, but I do think that the division they play in, the schedule they have, is going to be really, really tough for them to overcome this year.
Yeah.
The Raiders.
Like the way you said that.
Yeah, I was about to say that was interesting. That was interesting.
I think this is probably the hardest division, definitely in the league, and probably one of the best coaching lineups as well. All 4 coaches are amazing.
Oh yeah, we just said that too. Yes.
Yeah, these are the best coaches. Yeah.
Yes, these are.
Right. So if look, I think the Raiders, if they weren't facing the Chargers, if they won another division, I would say 7-8 wins. But since they're in a really difficult division, I'm going to say 5-12. But I think Pete Carroll. Sorry. But I think Pete Carroll is the right coach to get. I think it's a good appointment. I think the Raiders are going to be good in a couple seasons times with him. But 5-12 for me for this season in a rebuild year for the Raiders.
5-12. Oof.
We'll see. Shit, they went 4-13 last year.
Wow.
I forgot they did going for it.
Y'all are forgetting this is not last year. They were messy, with diva shit going on. A lot of crybaby shit going on. This ain't gonna happen this year, y'all. Because you know why? And Pete Carroll, we trust.
I
Ragu,
wanted to go 8 games.
Ragu, I understand the defensive talent. You're worried about it. But I'm not. Pete Carroll is going to fix that. Maybe not when y'all wanted to, but there is 17 games, y'all. There is 18 weeks. There's adjustments that you can make. I've seen this man do this with Seattle. This is not his first rodeo, man. I'm a firm believer in Pete Carroll. I'm just maybe biased. Also, I believe Chip Kelly can run this offense great, especially with added pieces like Geno. Ashton Genty showed us he's NFL ready. Like my man Ragu said the other day, you had a welcome to the NFL moment, and you had a I don't care, I'm that guy moment as well. I can slap you right back. You slap me, I'm gonna slap you back. You ain't gonna be bullied.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm gonna just say this too, man. This team could be a lot more competitive than what people are really expect. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what nobody say, bro. I'm a firm believer in the Raiders. I feel like the Raiders could steal a playoff spot from somebody like last year, maybe the Broncos. That's why I brought the Broncos down to reality, and I think the Raiders can steal 10 wins. Yo guys were 4 games that I've seen y'all could have won. You guys gonna get them close games this year with Petey. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. It ain't gonna be no more of them lost by 3 type of deals. If y'all had a bad game, y'all had a bad game. It may be by double digits, but I don't see no more of that. Lose by 3 or none of that shit no more. And I honestly feel like you can go 1-1 in this division. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I do too.
I understand you want to salute you, bro. I salute you. Humble. The humblest guy I know.
Yeah.
Amen. But I'm gonna be real with you. I see 10, them still in the few and still in that playoff spot.
Wow.
I'm just being honest with you, man. Like I said, I am a Pete Carroll guy.
Yeah, I certainly am too. But that would be
a Pete Carroll guy.
That would be tremendous.
And Chip Kelly is gonna have this offense clicking. So I hope he can make Ashton that guy. I really hope he can. So I mean, Chip,
man, that would be superb if they were able to pull that off.
And Pete Carroll
playoffs.
And Pete Carroll we trust.
And Pete we trust.
Pete Carroll. Mark my words. I hope y'all come back to this video. If they get them 10 wins, hey, you welcome.
No, we definitely come back to this video. Trust me.
Oh, I'm definitely coming back.
Yeah, we're going to come back to this.
I'm going to have this one in the bookmarks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't stand you, Jwilliii. Go. It's time for you to go. Get out of here. Hey, I appreciate everybody, man. This has been fun. Thank you, Mr. Adrian, man. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for inviting me on the show. It was a great episode. I really enjoyed it, and I hope you have me back on the show.
Oh man, listen, that's not even a question.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have you on. Appreciate that.
Could you drop your Instagram name in the video?
Yeah,
I don't know how to where to follow
his YouTube. I got his YouTube and his Instagram, and his, I'm gonna drop it in the description so that way we all keep in touch with each other, bro. So I got you, man. Hey, I love everybody's predictions. So this is fun.
It's two of you guys are on the 23rd, and me and Jwilliii.
Yeah, y'all are.
That's right.
Are still on the August 22nd. But yeah,
I did not realize it was 12 o'clock.
So yeah, shout out, man. Way to hang in there, everybody. What time is it now, Adrian?
Yeah, what time is it now?
It's almost 2:30. I gotta go to my soccer game now.
God damn! All right. Okay,
all right, man.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you for joining.
You have a good afternoon, man.
Yes, have a great day.
Thanks, guys.
All right, y'all.
I'll see you soon.
Yes, sir. We appreciate everybody. Just win everything. Good luck with everybody.
Peace.
Peace out. Yes, sir.
Peace.